Hello, and welcome to DC 30 and our mythic Odyssey of Theros. D&D with an ancient Greek twist. I am your Dungeon Master Romeo, and I am very excited tonight to kick off the first session in a series I'm calling Splintered Prophecies. A little anthological series, still set in Theros with some old faces, as well as some new faces. We're very excited. I'm certainly very excited. How is it? Ultra Square, welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing tonight? Are we well? Terrific. Well, I begin with a teensy bit of bad news. I had every intention of editing this beautiful opening intro sequence, and were there more hours in the day, in lieu of that, and perhaps sort of get the ball rolling, we'll do this at the end as well, but why don't we start with some introductions? This is, sort of a new little thing. Alex, why don't we start with you, just to sort of get the ball rolling? Do you want to just introduce yourself to the group, to everybody, and just
Sure.
your main place people can find you as well?
Sure. Hi, my name is Alex. I am in the other campaign as a Rogue Triton, and I am in this session as a fighter ranger centaur named Tyson. You can find me, if you wish, on the Clock app at Xanderly VA, where you will find me doing voiceover stuff, and soon to have little monologues from D&D villains.
Nice. Virla, would you like to go next?
Hello, I'm Verla, and I play D&D sometimes. I'm also in the other campaign where I play Tysara, an Ergenasi who has rage issues. She's a barbarian. Today I will be playing Healera, the Chaos Cleric, who will not be healing, probably. We don't know, we'll find out. And you can find me on Instagram at verla.louise with an E at the end, and that's me.
Perfect. Jordan, why don't you say hi to everybody?
Jordan, I'll be playing Tobias, a barbarian of the revelry, playing out some homebrew stuff. So that should be interesting for all of us to find out how that works. And if you want to find me online, I'm Jordan_Bierman, but there's really no point in doing it.
Harsh.
Unless you want to see videos of people playing baby toss. I guess I got those.
Yeah, I'm especially excited to see the homebrew because I'm the one who made it, so I hope it playtests well. And then transitioning to Patrick. Why don't you say hi to everybody?
Hi, I'm Patrick. Pleasure to be here. I'm a new face here, but really excited to get involved. I'll be playing Adrastos, a satyr paladin with a little bit of a bardic twist, as I am a bard main at heart, so I had to sneak that in there. But yeah, really looking forward to playing in Theros for the first time.
Fantastic. And last but certainly not least, Ree, would you like to say hi to everybody?
Hi, I'm Ree, also known as Relentless. You can find my socials on TikTok, Instagram, and on Twitter. I play a lot of D&D. I make a lot of content. I LARP, I cosplay. You can see me over on Dungeons and Demigods when we pick up Season 2. But if you missed Season 1, you can check out us on Madaloon's YouTube account, where you can watch Season 1 of Dungeons & Demigods, where I play Monique, a daughter of Hephaestus. In this campaign, I will be playing Defile, a half-nymph warlock homebrew made by Romeo himself, Pact of the Vessel.
Fantastic. Do check out Dungeons and Demigods Season 1 on that YouTube. The Sicily arc is one of my favorites just because it's close to home.
I feel like Sicily arc. We spent one session in Sicily, you're like, Sicily arc.
It's like, what's that DiCaprio meme where he points at the TV screen? Yeah. Cool. Are we ready to kick things off then? Fantastic. Our story begins on the 20th of Chalcanapsion. It has been about 1 year since Timaret, the Murder King, bane of all life, laid siege to the city of Akros, and the city-states of Theros united together to defeat him in an epic battle that ended with the Murder King being slain by a band of heroes, of divine champions of the gods, who go by the name Tempest. In that time, Theros has mostly returned to normal. We see an idyllic coast on a sunny afternoon. Sorry, sunny mid-afternoon. My apologies. The waves lap gently against the base of two large great statues. These are the statues of Kinaios and Tiro, the founders of the great polis Meletis, which is where we find ourselves now. Excuse me. You cough and then you lose your place. As we travel into the great port of Meletis, in the shadow of these statues, we see ships of every stripe and ilk. Which is this for a moment. We see ships of every stripe and ilk. Sorry, every size and stripe, embarking and disembarking, carrying all manner of people and cargo. We travel along the promenade, passing sailors, merchants, nobles, peasants, and more, and turn right down one of the large connecting streets. About 100 meters down the street, we see a large establishment. 3 stories, taller than it is wide, pale limestone, bricks, and a pale clay red roof. A sign hangs above the entrance. Do we have a Hannah? Perfect. No problem at all. I'll tell you what then, just before we've officially started, we'll get intro. And Hannah, I don't have a title sequence for this one, but would you like to introduce yourself to everybody?
Yes, okay. So my character, her name is Paulina, and she is about 5'10".
Well, so we won't get to character stuff yet, but just introduce yourself, as in introduce you, Hannah.
Okay, I was about to be like, we're getting into it so fast.
No, I'm sorry. I misspoke.
But I'm Hannah, Raging Babe Bright, and I'll be Paulina for this lovely Theros episode.
Perfect. So, as I was saying, I'll backtrack. We travel along the promenade, passing sailors, merchants, nobles, peasants, and more, and turn right down one of the large connecting streets. About 100 meters down the street, we see a large establishment. 3 stories, taller than it is wide, pale limestone bricks, and a pale clay red roof. A sign hangs above the entrance. Upon it, we see the painted image of a kantaros, which, out of character, is an ancient Greek drinking chalice. That's tilted to one side and has a small cascade of wine coming out of it. Below this image, it reads, "The Flowing Cup." Inside, we see a vibrant taverna. Do I have that? Yeah. Inside, we see a vibrant taverna. Full of folk enjoying drink and food alike. A pleasant buzz of chatter and music fills the space. But it is all of a sudden cut short. The sound of a crying infant cuts through the air, and he's quickly joined by his brother, as we see sat in a corner booth, a young couple who both look like they've had a really rough 4 months or so and are running on maybe 2 hours sleep. Ree, would you like to describe what people see?
You see a fair-skinned woman with very long blue flowing locks that start off quite almost pale and then get darker, and at the tips you see it's almost like there are waves of water dripping from the base of her hair, filled with bioluminescence at the base. Usually she look very ethereal in her white robes and these cascading tentacle tattoos that bear around her neck and her shoulders and down her arms, twining around her wrists. However, her fair complexion is ruined by deep-set bags under the eyes and a firmly set scowl that almost seems kind of set into place on her face.
Perfect. Out of curiosity, which of the 2 infants do you think you would be holding?
I feel like she'd probably be holding Orion.
Okay, fair enough. And
Someone's there we go.
yes, there's a bit of a... Let me just test the theory. Is it still playing? Okay, we'll just cross that bridge if we get to it, if needs be. All right. And you see sitting next to her, holding the other of these two infants, a equally normally ethereal and regal humanoid type man, quite handsome in features, similarly different, but different in and of itself, where like Defili, he has hair and irises of the same color. However, where hers are a oceanic, shallow Mediterranean tropical blue, his are the color of molten iron and seem to glow with fire. And you hear him say, "No, no, 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 no," as he's like trying to rock the similarly fiery-eyed infant that he's holding. Can't.
If you just stop rocking it like you're just trying to shake it and actually rock it.
I'm sorry. I've been swinging a hammer my whole life. Fragile things are a little new to me.
Okay, well, make it anew.
Yes, ma'am.
Make it old. Make it old. I can't hear him cry one more time. I can't.
Okay.
Not one more time.
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
He goes back to just try to quietly sing.
Every time Orion like opens his mouth to cry, she just puts her finger on his lips.
Genuinely, he's like, and just the glare, the Batman glare. Sat next to the two of you, you see a younger girl dressed in fatigues or sort of like Lenothorax style breastplate of gold and reds and whites. Her normally atop her head, her helmet, her sort of winged boat style helmet that is very Hermes-like in its appearance, is resting on the table. Vila, would you like to describe what the audience sees?
Yes, I think Hilera is around 24 now since everything has happened. She was pretty young.
Sounds about
when
right.
She joined the party. She has very dark, like brown, black hair that in certain light has like this purple hue. She has brown eyes that like are almost a little bit yellow, which is kind of unsettling sometimes. But she's very cute, and yeah, she's wearing a lot of like finery because she's a lady, and she's just sitting quietly, intimidated by Defili, and just going, "If I just don't speak, then I'm not here."
Roll a stealth check.
Oh god.
Wait, don't we know she's sat right next to us?
This is to be inconspicuous and to not attract anyone's ire. This is just for my amusement.
Natural one, Hilera can't shut up to save her life.
Okay, yeah, perfect. That's what I was hoping for.
Defile is gonna look over at you and just go, "Here, you take them," and just like hand Orion to her. And she just like then like just puts her hands to her head and goes, "Ah."
Oh my god, where is our food? And as this conversation is had, horse-prone, Morse has just erased the actual term from my head. Horse-prone next to you all at this booth is a sage-like warrior of centaur species. Alex, would you like to describe what everyone sees?
You see, from horse down, white hair that is clearly from aging and similar to like a vitiligo style thing. Under over top, kind of strong chestnut short hairs, and from waist up, human. You see a tan-skinned elderly gentleman who, in the very essence of black not cracking, is hard to tell his exact age. But his long white hair and long white beard that's braided similarly to Dothraki, where it's like little gold ornaments all around. It's just kind of sitting there watching this humorously, because of what is his experience with having a child before, and his current child experience too, watching Hilira, who is usually quite chaotic, seeing this moment of his responsibility, and he looks over and just kind of just chortles and goes, "See, it's not as easy to look after people as you think, is it?"
I'm holding a baby.
Daxter just looks at you. Jason says, "When did I say this was going to be easy?"
In all fairness, that's probably on me. I implied it a lot.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Jason, grab the baby. I don't know how to hold the baby.
All right.
In the nicest way possible, is there like animal handling adjacent for children?
I was literally thinking about this today, and I think so, because an infant is it's not intelligent enough yet to have I think.
Yeah, it's all like instincts, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna say an animal handling check.
Here we go, baby. Ranger, come on through. I was gonna be really mean and be like, "Can you speak with beasts?" and just talk to the, just speak to the children directly. That is a yeah, that is a 17 total.
Okay. So it is incredibly true that infants will feed off of the energy that they are given. And right now, both children have been held by 3 different kinds of nervous wrecks. 2 due to exhaustion, 1 due to vibes. And so, but once Orion is placed into the hands of a seasoned father, a seasoned veteran, someone who is just a rock of calm, just immediately quiets down.
Yeah, I feel like Jason would kind of hum and sway a kind of sylvan lullaby, and it's mostly a case of like placing Orion on his chest so that like the hum and the vibration that he feels from the chest and the vocal cords is like a soothing sound that just kind of radiates through his body before he falls asleep in his arms.
Okay. Daxos is going to try to make his own animal handling check.
Oh boy.
Can I don't want to say like fully assist, but like I'll give him some idea.
No need.
Oh no.
It's a nat 20, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not 20, swear.
Sorry, I'll...
Oh.
Oh, that's hilarious. He sort of takes a deep breath and tries to copy you to the best of his ability, and it works. Takes a second longer. Aster is definitely the fussier of the 2 children. Loves to hear his own voice.
I feel like Jason would say to Daxos, like as he's doing it, and not seeing that he's getting it, but he's kind of going like, "No, here, and like going like, this is the register you need to be at."
You guys have a growl off as you get lower and lower.
Just the table starts vibrating.
It's that Simpsons bit where they get Barry White to sing to attract all the snakes because of the vibrations. Deep cut. Right. So, to set the scene, after a rough few months, basically it was decided to have a little outing to sort of try and get some fresh air. and sort of like just maybe get away, but obviously you could have taken with you. So there's actually a point where, as like before they quiet down, one of the patrons, like the table over, says, "Could you keep it down? I'm trying to enjoy my lunch." Just really rudely.
Mother!
I haven't decided if that was in game or in real life, and I don't know what's funnier.
No, it's real. I'm joking. It's not a. It's not a bit.
Don't die on stream, that'd be awkward.
All right. So can I see this?
Yeah. He's missing half his teeth. He's like a older, slightly overweight sailor who's just like tucking into like this big plate of Lucanico sausages, and he's just like, just like a really rough, like, not necessarily like a thug, but he's like a rough dude, like a clearly blue collar, not necessarily very pleasant.
As soon as he says that, Defile, like, she's not even like reacting on her face. She just stands, and then, oh Christ, my voice. But she's just gonna stand up, and then I think she's just gonna walk over and just lift up his plate of food and take it.
Roll an intimidation check.
Hey,
I've
it's
never
not
looked
good.
another.
It's not good. What's my
Oh.
How do I head into this? It's not good for this roll, guys. Oh, my intimidation is fine. Okay, 19.
Okay. He's like, he just sees the steel in your eyes and just says nothing. He sort of like recoils into his chair.
Yeah, she'll take the big plate and then she'll just put it down in front of everyone else.
Yeah.
And goes, look, appetizers.
Fuck yeah. And he just spoons one and just takes it. All right. You relax. You have a moment of relaxation as the infants finally quiet down. However, as you are conversing, you see, Hilira, you sense basically, listen, when you sense that like someone's approached you, even though you have not necessarily seen it, you sort of like just corner of your eye, and you actually, everybody turns to see, someone has approached the table. You see a younger girl as well, about your age, Hilira. She has these beautiful golden eyes and dark brown, almost black hair, like a sort of ash brown hair. She is wearing these a leather armor that seems to combine elements of like leather armor with a purple dress. And she's looking right at you, Hilira. Hannah, would you like to describe to everyone what they see?
Yes. So who comes up to you is a woman. She's like a little bit taller, and she's got these glowing gold but still dark eyes, dark hair. Sort of has like an entertainer's air about her, and she sort of not like floats, but she like just comes up and it's like quiet, and she'll look over at the two that are humming at the children after like making direct eye contact with Hilera, and then be like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to and I'm going to scoop the kid from Iron Hands over here, who seems like he's struggling to get his base to that register, and I'll pick up that kid and I'll just start humming under my breath. Yeah, be like, I think I can do this.
For Aster. He does not know you, and you are reaching for his infant son.
30.
Nice.
Too exhausted to have his guard up. He just lets it happen. You so in your vibe and your state of calm emotion, you just so easily convey that you are not a threat that he just lets it happen. And you pick up.
And I scoop up this kid and
He looks at you. He has his father's sort of fiery golden orange eyes, but is otherwise has not grown any hair yet.
you look like you need to close your eyes. Are you all right?
If I close my eyes now, I'm worried the cumulative crash will literally kill me.
I've heard it does that. And I'll look back over at Hilera and be bouncing this kid. And I've been looking for you, so I'm glad I found you.
Wait, me? What?
Yes, you're the only other woman with glowing eyes and a presence here, so definitely I'm talking to you, sweetheart.
Oh, that sounds ominous.
Oh, I didn't mean it to be, but...
Oh, it was
Alright.
it was like a nice, I've been looking for you. Oh my god, we're sisters. More like that vibe. Even though I don't. Otherwise, my dad has some explaining to do.
Well, that wasn't what I was coming to say.
Cool, because it
but-
would be really hard to talk to him since he's dead, but thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, my sister's dead too, so I'm not gonna be like adding another to the list. So we're okay where we
Okay,
are.
that's fine. Cool.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Daxos just leans into you,
Dark.
Diffily, and says, "What the fuck are we watching?"
Why are we friends with these people?
Because we love them, really.
I mean,
Why?
We babysit.
That's true.
Okay.
Sorry, please continue, Anna and Viola.
what? Well,
Okay.
I'm going to ask you why you're here because this is my place, technically.
Okay. Technically.
Not mine, but like this is my place where I come every day. So how did you?
Okay,
end up here?
technically, I saved Melodies along with my gang here, so any place in Melodies is our place.
Wonderful.
Right! Also, I kind of sort of live here sometimes. It's kind of confusing because I have multiple homes. But right now, my home is here. In our house. And I'm here because I don't actually know why I'm here. I don't know. Why are you here?
Now it's my turn to look around. I did just say that I was looking for you, and this is
Right,
where I usually
but
am.
Why
so.
are you looking for me, and why is it not ominous?
Well, my reasoning for why I'm looking for you, now that you say that it sounds ominous, it's going to keep sounding ominous. But I had a
Okay.
dream about you. And
Like a fun
something-
dream, or a scary dream,
No.
or an
We would have
adventurous dream,
started
or a
this-
dream?
We would have started this whole conversation a little bit differently if it had been like a fun dream, you know?
Oh,
Yeah, so more of like a, we got to find, so, you know, here I am being like, oh great, the girl of my dream in my place where she says she's living. So,
Okay, but I just told you I live in multiple places. I kind of rotate through places, but like, what was the dream about?
mostly what I remember is your eyes, and I know that they weren't mine, so.
Okay.
Okay, that sounded a little fun, but
That sounds like a fun dream. I'm taken. No, sorry.
it's okay. It wasn't a fun dream, but that's all right.
Okay.
And the rest of you, I don't know who the rest of you are.
Okay,
I'm
so
Selena.
that is the Philly, and that is Daxos, and they have 2 kids. That's Orion, and that's Aster. We should probably be whispering. And then that is my friend Jason. And who are you? What's your name? I don't think I
Polina.
got your name.
You didn't listen, but I don't think that's a thing you do.
There's so much chaos in this brain. I don't keep track of things.
So you're called Paulina?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So, is there something that our friend can help you with at all? Like, truly, or is it just a dream that you had?
I think there is, but you know how fickle those things can be. So I am content where I am, just being like, "Huh, I found her," and I'm sure I'll hear some more things along the way.
Right.
Do you get those dreams a lot where you have to find people and talk to them and talk about their eyes?
No, first one in a long time. So
Oh, so it's
you're special like that, I guess.
No.
As you're having this conversation, you begin to hear rabulous sounds coming from outside. Like a gasp here and like a just murmuring there. Like it sounds like it's not panic, but there's you hear sort of worried voices or like gossipy, like hurried voices coming from outside. It starts off small. It starts off small and then it begins to escalate until there's a general sort of rabble outside.
Can we peek outside?
Yeah, absolutely. You pop your head out the door and you see different groups of people having sort of like whispered gossip conversations, and they're pointing down the road to where the port is, and like in the direction of the port. And they're like sort of heading that way. Like it sounds like something's like they're telling you like come check, like something's happening at the port.
Can I like stop one of the people that's running and go like, what's going on?
Apparently a listless ship with a snapped mast drifted into the harbor.
Spooky, okay.
That's not going to be good.
Okay, I'm gonna turn around and say that to everyone. There's a spooky ship, you guys.
Fine. Dax, let's take care of the kids for a second.
Oh, fuck, okay.
I'll be back in a bit.
Fuck that, I'm coming. And he just like sort of starts up, just like holding the...
Are you sure?
Didn't want to have to do this, but he will cast and twin spell telekinesis, and just to keep them like...
All right.
Do we need to call Xanthia?
Wouldn't hurt.
Okay. Do I know where Xanthia is right now?
She'd probably be back at the fort. You know, maybe just had... Or at least, you know, like, on, like, military... Like, was it maybe training or something like that? It's,
Really far away.
nothing good.
I'll just say to the guys, you guys go to the port, I'll bring the babies to Xanthia.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
I'll give her back a fully sleeping child.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're gonna wake up soon, and I start running.
Hold the head, hold the head, hold the head! Jesus.
I was half expecting both of these adventurers to put their children in like a pocket dimension. I was like, where are these children going to go? So I'm glad they're going to like a human person adjacent.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like they can't
I was
be
like,
here when we're
cool,
working.
we're going to be wearing baby Bjorns, casting some spells. It's going to be so good.
Good question, sorry, Ultra Square in the chat. So just to clarify, what is shocking about this is this haunted this is not like, down by the bayou on the other side at nightfall. This thing is just floating, untethered, into the main port.
Mm-hmm.
And and to clarify, as you get there, you see it. It's not spectral as in it's going in a direction of its own accord. This thing is listless. It is just the currents, and it's too far to make out. You don't recognize the colors, but the currents just seem to have carried it. And it sort of just bumps against one of the distant statues. Everybody can see it at this point. But what you will also see is that 2 Miletian warships have begun to sail out to it. And if you wait, they basically will throw ropes to lash it, and then they'll start rowing backwards to tow it. This whole thing takes maybe 30 minutes of just watching. Hilira, at your speed, you could probably have returned before the ship gets pulled into the harbor.
Cool. The babies are safe.
Thank you, darling.
And the ship, it's a smaller vessel, about 25 feet long, maybe 30. Looks derelict. The mast is snapped, the hull is scrapped and scratched, and you see obvious claw marks in many places on the wood. And it's riddled with barnacles around the hull.
Anything recognizable about this?
You can make an investigation check. So, people actually, because particularly, because you guys are all legends, people actually clear the way for you. There's you realize, Paulina, you sort of more by proxy, but like between Jason, Hilira, Daxos, and Defili, they're like, oh, these are these are legends. They'll do something about this, and they sort of clear the way for you. Hilira, you in particular are known at this point. Paulina, you can make an investigation check.
12. Nothing great.
I was wondering if I could also do it because
yes, you certainly may.
Defile wants to dive into the water to investigate the bait, the hull underneath the water.
Go for it.
I rolled a 21.
Cool. 21. I'm going to say the 21 is going to drastically lower the DC of the nature check I'm about to ask you to make.
Aye. I was proficient in nature, but okay. I will do it. Oh, 17 plus 4.
Okay. The DC
21.
was 5 because you rolled so high on the other check, so we're all good, but...
Didn't even need it. Didn't need it.
There's nothing that sort of clues you in. There wouldn't be much detailing on the other side, just the keel. However, studying the barnacles more closely, and you're no zoologist, but you've swum enough to know that the age of the barnacles and the amount of time, barnacles grow quickly. These ones, there are many of them, but they are still small. You surmise that the last time any barnacle clearing was done on this thing was probably just a month and a bit ago.
She'll probably, seeing that, basically just kind of climb up the side of the ship and go onto deck and then call across to the others and go, last known work on the ship was about 6 months ago. So, 6 months ago, a month ago. So...
Sorry, a month and a half, not 8, if I misspoke.
No, that's a month ago, because I said 6 and then corrected myself.
I'm so sorry.
So, either this boat has just been deserted for a month, or something else has been happening.
Yeah, I don't think it's been deserted. As Axos basically, he thumbs one of the claw marks, and I probably should mention to her, there is dried blood in multiple places on this boat. Kind of buried the lead there, I'm sorry, but,
Definitely should mention.
Fuck, I don't recognize these. Jason, any idea?
I was going to say when I got on, and I was going to ask if there are anything like claw marks or beast marks or anything violent attached to it. Yeah,
there are claw marks. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can roll a survival check if you like.
Oh, sure thing. Why not? I'm feeling lucky. Ooh, 28.
The size and shape of the claws, and also the way they're sort of scattered about, harpies, unmistakable.
Shit.
Fucking harpies.
Jason pauses for a moment and thinks about harpies. The horse hairs shiver slightly. This goes, well, whatever happened to this poor crew? If any of them survived. Usually they would hide under deck, if any did survive at all. Otherwise,
Duxos,
we're looking at an empty vessel.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're looking at an empty vessel.
Duxos, who went below deck, comes out. Nothing. Just more claw marks. This thing was fucking picked clean. I did find this, though. And he holds out a small leather-bound book. It's a diary.
From a captain? Like, what does it entail?
You guys want me to read it?
Someone should.
Well, the gravelly voice that my character has is probably going to be a little insufferable if I read something that long. Does anybody else want
Okay.
to?
Alright, pass it over.
Okay, I will... That was an above-table decision.
Alright.
Jason's like, I'll do it. I will do it. I will read this in the most dramatic voice that I can find.
Cool, I'm gonna...
You're not going to do it. There you go, Jason can do it.
Yeah, it was like gravelly voice. I'll do it. Yeah, fuck
I will
it.
DM it to you on Discord then, Alex. That is the last entry.
Seashells. Here we go. I can't believe we're really out here on the open sea. It's been over a week since we left Dimidos, and I still can hardly wrap my mind around it. The mainland is out there somewhere beyond the horizon. We're actually going to make it. I just know it. Father spends a lot of time talking with the other men, planning our course and checking the maps. I can tell he's nervous, though he tries to hide it. I try not to worry. Thassa has blessed us with calm seas so far, and I have faith she'll continue to guide us. We've already come so far. Besides, I'm too excited to let anything dampen my spirits. This is our chance. Our one real chance to escape the horrors of Dimidos and start anew. Well, and looking at the ship again, like you said, it's a relatively small ship.
Yeah.
What, just kind of history-wise, how many people would have had to have manned this ship for it to run smoothly?
20 tops.
Yeah, so like a small handful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it seems the family vacation was cut unfortunately short.
Dimidos. I know that name. It's a city-state out in the Siren Sea upon an island. That's all I can remember.
Is there like a name in the diary of a person?
Make an investigation check.
Oh gods.
I was going to ask if there's a name on the ship.
Make an investigation check as well.
I believe in you.
Can I
Alex.
assist with that
Yeah.
and give advantage?
Natural 20 for 21.
Natural 20 for 19, but still two natural 20s.
Cool. The paint is faded as hell by this point, but just on the back, just on the side, you see the cormorant.
Does that ring any bells of like, is that associated with any like royalty or anything like that, or nobles?
No.
Sweet, cool.
The make of the ship as well. I mean, it's well built, but it looks like it was like it does not look like it was built as part of a fleet. It looks like it was built by maybe even by these people for these people.
Yeah, that was the next thing I was going to ask. Sweet. Well,
Vila, you see the name Ilaria.
Well, my initial suspicion was potentially they were nobles who were attacked on purpose, but it could be a case of just poor, unfortunate souls traveling the seas.
But why were they traveling? They were fleeing something.
Or someone.
Yeah. At this point, I'm going to say as well, the Miletian hoplites have sort of formed a perimeter, and sort of like striding through them, you see a woman clad in a sort of blue Miletian helm, a quiver and arrows sort of slung against her back, and her half-plate armor freshly polished. This is Molpadia, the master of war of Meletis. Oh, good, you two, you're all already here. Axos like flies down for a moment. He like sort of his wings, his burning wings, and like flies down. And they talk for a second. And he catches her up in terms of what you guys have found. Timidos. Huh? Haven't heard that name in a while. Was before my time even. Timidos, island city-state. Very nice polis, actually. The island was most known for being far more friendly or conducive to magical creatures. The island is just innate. It's incredibly fertile and with magic. A high density of magical and divine creatures, and Nyx called it home. They always had a peaceful, isolationist policy to, preserve the idyllic beauty of the land. When 30 years ago, when the Hassirans invaded, they chose to preserve this peace, and in exchange for being left alone, they offered the invaders sanctuary and food and refreshment, and basically a launching point to aid in their invasion. This alienated them from much of the mainland, and so communications was basically faded to nothing. I don't even know if anyone's heard from them in decades.
So we don't know what's happening there right now and why these people want us to get away.
I certainly don't. I can. She motions to two of her hoplites, and she just gives a hand signal, and they nod, and they sort of. We'll pull up what records we can, but nothing to my mind.
Okay.
Daxos' eyes flare for a moment as he's sort of like waving his hand. Fuck me. It's like... There's a... Contact us and say... You know, like when you spend a lot of time around smokers, you kind of end up stinking yourself?
Sure.
The wood of this ship stinks of fiendish energy.
Fiends.
Like something that's just been around fiends for too long. It's very faint.
Yes.
Okay. Can I maybe use do like an Arcana check to investigate, like kind of really delve into, like, see if there's like any fiendish markings of like teleportation or summoning or anything?
Make a Arcana check.
Ew, that was bad. 14.
No, you definitely don't see any marks of teleportation or anything like that, but I'm going to say this succeeds. Basically, it's more... You sort of picture, like... In the same way that a tree that, grew on a volcano may behave differently as if the same species was on fertile ground. The wood... You get the sense that it was a case of just proximity throughout the entire life of this tree that was then used to form this wood, that sort of left a residual just mark. Again, like the stink of smoke.
Okay. So what we're gathering is that the wood has come from a tree that's almost hellish in nature, given how much time is spent in proximity to her fiendish things.
Or a tree that spent its entire life around hellish essence.
Tainted soil, probably.
Exactly.
And if the family was one to make the ship by hand, their home would be the place in which it was surrounded by. So whatever it is that they were escaping, the guaranteed feeds had something to do with it.
With this in black and white, plainly escaped the horrors of the place. I'm going to assume that it wasn't, great.
Molpadia furrows her brow. This is going to be a whole thing, isn't it?
It always is.
Well, I can't spare any armies to investigate. We're still scrambling after everything that's happened. I'll say at this point as well, you are joined by a blue, like sort of light blue, baby blue skinned Triton with blue hair, who's carrying a large, ornate, orange and blue trident. Xanthia joins as she sort of jumps up on the boat. The kids are with my aunt and uncle. They're fine. Hey, and she gives you a peck on the forehead, Helena. Oh, hi, Defili.
Hi.
You catch her up to speed as well, and then sort of, you're all conversing. Mulpadia sort of reiterates, we're all scrambling. I just don't have the forces. Monsters haven't gone away, and we're still rebuilding sections of the wall. And Xanthia just pipes up. Just looks at you, Daxos and Defili. Sorry, and says, why don't you go?
Excuse me?
Something's clearly up. Why don't you and Daxos investigate it? You could use a break.
But, I mean, that's true. But a break from what? A break from parenthood?
Yeah.
Are we allowed to do that?
Absolutely, you're allowed to do that. Give yourself some rest. This isn't a sprint, it's a marathon.
Sometimes taking time for yourself can be beneficial. You're only at your best as a parent when you are at your best as a person.
And the break to kill something is probably the best thing that could happen to either of you. And I've known you for 5 minutes.
She's got us
Well,
pegged.
Nothing better to hunt monsters than a monster patron warlock, I suppose.
All right, it's settled. And she turns to Molpadia. I can remain here and sort of help shore up the defenses of Meletis. Besides, Bakios will be back soon, so that'll be fine. And Elspeth's still available. We'll be okay. But how do we get to Dimid? Do you know how we get to Dimidos? Molpadia says, I have no fucking idea.
I'm probably going to
I'm gonna do some research.
I mean, we have a boat.
We have a boat.
The one that needs the
boat.
barnacles
We don't know the
scraped
way.
off.
We can get a captain.
The
Yes.
way can be found. You don't know how to navigate
Siren
on the
Sea.
water.
Am I the only one who has remembered that thing is just
Okay.
basically...
Last time we had a great time. We went to see Hithonia, and she was so fun. And then we went. I don't remember
Elira,
where we went after that.
can you get
and then
us
we
there?
went to the turtle, which was also very fun, and we almost died. Then we went to the Dragon Island, which was definitely not scary. What were you talking to me about?
So you have a way of discovering the location of Dimidos?
Oh, I can ask Kronos if you want.
Yeah,
Me and him are tight.
Oh, you
please.
are.
He's the best god ever.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Hey, I'm not.
Are you casting anything, or are you just...
No, I'm just yelling.
Okay.
No.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh god, what's my person? Okay, that's not bad. Okay. Come on. We are so tight. That is 24.
Oh, fuck yeah. You hear a rush of wind. You rang, my dear?
Hi. Okay,
How
so
are you?
I'm so good. I've been a little bit sad since you took away my piece of divinity, but it's okay.
I know, I'm sorry, dear, but it does actually belong to me.
I know, but you know, I'm just a human.
For the record, to the rest of you, she's talking to the air.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Anyway, so we're trying to find this island of Demidos. And we're
Demidos,
trying,
yes.
Yeah. And we're trying to not get lost in the Siren Sea. Kind of a second time. Last time we didn't really get lost, but it was tricky.
You did have an oracle with you the first time, to be fair.
Yes, we did. Anyway, do you know the way? Could you tell me the way? I know boats.
I can show you the way, even better.
Ooh.
But,
Okay.
I'm going to need a small spark from you. And it's
Okay.
going to be risky.
I
We're
like
basically...
risky.
It's going to be like swimming through jello. The Siren
Ugh.
Sea is a treacherous thing to navigate, even for me.
Okay. I like dangerous, you know I do. Also, Xanthia's letting me go on this mission alone.
Oh, Xanthia let you go. Xanthia actually pipes up. Oh, I didn't realize you were going to go, Hilira, but...
I wasn't?
Okay.
Oh no!
No, like,
Like-
that makes sense.
Oh, well, did we need to have a talk? Okay, I'm talking to my god. I'm so sorry, I'll be with you.
No,
in a
no,
second.
it's fine, it's fine.
I-
It's not a
I-
big deal.
Okay, I assumed things. Also, you sound different, Xanthia. Are you okay?
I don't want to break Twitch TOS by attempting a German accent.
Okay. Okay.
I've tried it before, and you guys just, like, cringe every time, so I'm not trying again.
I know. Okay, show me the way, Ronos.
Okay. Are you casting anything?
Did you need me to cast something? I can cast
yes.
haste.
I'm going to need you to channel my essence, my dear.
Okay, but you're gonna need to spell it out for me, honey.
Cast channel divinity.
What? Okay. Wait, do I have what? Okay, I'll do that. Let's go.
Okay. You sort of put your hand down and touch the boat, and you'll watch as, Hilira, like her eyes, like a glowing pale gold, as, like, these streaks start coming off of her helmet and her sandals as if she were, like, racing, except she's only standing. But your eyes are racing, as basically, like, your vision is just, like at the back of the head, you are being raced across the ocean. You pass islands and volcanoes and whales, and you travel hundreds of miles in a second. And all of a sudden, and you see this island. And as you're holding the vision, it races back, and you retrace the steps, and you all watch as Hilira is just now rising in the air as light is streaking off of her and just vibrating with energy. Before you're back into your body, and the light fades, and you plop, and you stagger, and you have to be caught. Xanthia literally drops Atmos and catches you. Hira, you feel woozy. You know the way. And you have basically set in stone your path so that the ever-changing, tumultuous nature of the Siren Sea will affect you as minimally as possible. But it came at a great tax. You feel weaker, drained. The upper limits of your power feel beyond you right this moment. Hilira, are you okay?
Yeah, I know the way, you guys. Let's go get some sailors and let's go.
No table. We will need more muscle, just in case.
Okay.
We're going to need more people who can sail. We can't travel this if that's the plan with 4 people.
We can take the Siren's Wrath, right, Hilira? And that crew. We'll
Yeah.
hire a crew. But we're gonna need more muscle. We don't know what we're going up against. I know some people who might be able to help. And, no. Mulpadia is not gonna come out of any of your, warriors. These are
Speaking
freelancers.
of muscles, Sazia, you have really big muscles.
It's the belt.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna go... not location setting. I'm gonna go talk to, some people I know. Anybody coming?
Sure.
Alright. So is it just Defili that comes with, Daxos? Not a requirement, I'm just double checking.
Sure, yeah, she will.
Do we need people to get the boat prepared? The Siren's
Ilira, if
Wrath?
you could get the boat prepared, that would be probably ideal.
Okay, I'll go do that.
Okay. Paulina, what are you doing in all this?
I was definitely just sort of watching what these people are doing. Studiously avoided most of what Hilera had going on a couple minutes ago. And, I'm sort of just looking over at the boat and, just checking out where we are going. And then just sort of investigating Hilera some more.
Yeah.
Just checking out everybody, quietly watching.
As you do so, you hear a voice. Technically, you've not actually said you'd like to go with them, my dear.
Do I have to say if I want to go with them?
It's up to you.
Well, I mean, I've already
I brought you
decided.
to the water, but you're going to be the one that has to drink.
God, you're so annoying.
I know.
Do you need a hand getting sailors, or will you guys be alright? Speaking to the rest of you.
Yeah. As you say this, Ronos says, "Good luck," and he blurs out of existence. Hilira, you don't see this. All right, but you do hear Paulina ask you that question. You too, Jason.
I'm just gonna go prep the boat. You can join me if you want to prep the boats, or you can join the new parents to get more muscle.
I'll help you prep the boat.
Okay, that's gonna be so fun. Tyson, what are you gonna do? Do you want to join the new parents club, or do you want to join us, the cool kids?
I'll be helping prep the boat, but it'll be mostly to double check Hilira's okay because she passed out previously.
Would you also maybe want to let your wife and child know that you might be gone a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
How many of y'all got families that were just being like, gotta go?
Oh yeah. But yeah, so you'll again make the choice. Yeah, make the choice to do this. I'll say as well, before he left, Doctor says, "Do we want to say embark tomorrow morning? It's already mid-afternoon. Probably not the best time to start sailing." Okay. Well, we jump to, and we head into the main city at this point. The fuck? Oh. It's the same ambience, but no waves. Defili, you and Daxos walk for approximately half an hour. He sort of leads you through winding streets to actually past the main sort of like wealthier district and to one of the more shanty-style districts that's nearer to the back end of the city. And he takes you to this. It's not a hovel, but it's not exactly a villa either. It's a house, about 2 stories tall, functional, but there's areas that need some work. Darkos just walks up and dum 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 knocks on the door. Adrastos, you in?
Looks like he's not home.
Give me a moment, please.
There it is. He's always home. It's the other one you gotta worry about.
Ew, the other one.
I swing open the door.
Would you like to describe what everyone sees?
Yes, you see as the kind of ocean breeze kind of wafts in, a aquamarine sort of cape adorns these plates of gold armor with certain pieces missing, showing a bit of skin. At the top of the head, you see a sort of messy shag of shoulder-length brown hair, full of curls, topped with these 2 ivory horns with long curves ending in a point. And 1 arm with a couple of star tattoos that kind of glimmer as the sun shines across them, with a couple of threads sort of interweaving between them, leading from one star to the next. So, what do I owe the pleasure?
How do you feel about killing shit? That deserves it.
Do I even need to say? I mean, what... I suppose I will tell you my degree of excitement based upon what kind of shit that it is to be killed.
We don't know the specifics yet, but we know where it's happening, and we have reason to believe the issue is fiendish in nature.
Well, you know how I feel about fiends. So, let's say I'm on board.
Sweet. We sail tomorrow. Is your brother in? And at that moment, you hear a very loud snore cut through the air as just coming from inside the house. Adrastos just like sighs and just tilts his head slightly, and you see Defili in the living room, like behind him, passed out on the couch. Jordan, would you like to describe what she sees?
So there's another horned, but darker horned, curly-haired, curly beard, still wearing armor that you probably shouldn't sleep in, studded leathers, but the leathers are made of bright colors, sort of passed out with a jug of mead sitting on the floor and another one on his chest that he's somehow held without spilling as he's just snoring on the couch.
Oh. So, these 2 are who are recruiting to help us.
He's slow to rise, but I promise you, you want him with you in a fight.
She'll like lean, I think, through the doorway and look at him, and then just like her face. She's not hiding her thoughts on her face. She has severe doubts.
I assure you, he goes from immovable object to unstoppable force pretty quickly.
I can attest to that.
In my experience, unstoppable forces can sometimes be more of a hindrance than a benefit.
You do have to aim him,
But so
he's
long as
effective.
he rests soundly, I suppose.
Hang on. May I? Adrastos.
Of course, please. Come in.
Adrastos just strides in. Tobias! And he just, like, kicks you in the chest.
I'm awake. It's fine. Why are you all so sober? That's the problem. Oh, me drink.
Satyrs.
Yeah.
It is the afternoon, brother, but you'll be glad to know that your talents are required.
Oh, is there a party?
And not the ones you used last night. Not partying.
Oh, the other ones. We're gonna. Do you need me to fight something?
We're going monster hunting. We're going to be sailing and then fighting something. So,
There could be booze.
Oh, well, I'm in.
Something fiendish in nature, potentially.
Sure, whatever. He said booze. So where's the booze?
I will go shopping.
Fantastic. You're a lovely man. That's what I've always said about you. You're a lovely man.
Okay. We leave at dawn tomorrow.
Oh, well, why'd you wake me up so early?
Would you prefer I have just loaded you onto the ship?
Let me think about that.
I shouldn't have asked.
Introductions.
Okay. That's fair. Oh yeah, this is Defili. He gestures.
Let's. Yeah. We'll see you. Oh, right. Yes.
Okay.
She's rather silent type, I suppose.
Yeah. She's something, he says with a smile.
Well, I suppose fate hasn't crossed our paths for no reason, so I suspect good fortune if you're bringing this to us.
That's true. I hope so. Pack what you guys need. Is there anything you need from me? Other than the booze. Like he cuts you off. Splendid.
Booze should be all we need.
Splendid. We'll see you in the morning. Meet us at the ship called the Siren's Wrath.
What? It's a fancy name.
Very well. I'll make sure we're both there on time.
Very well.
I'll just get a little bit more sleep.
You do that.
And the two half-nymphs excuse themselves. Leave the door shut. All right. So you sail at first light. You have the evening. Would anybody like to do anything? All right. Hi, Kankamaro, Jody. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Perfect. Jason. I will say that, you get a missive from Daxos that evening asking you to swing by the Crucible, his shop, when you get a second.
Yeah, when I get a second, I will.
Yeah. And you come in, and do I have a blacksmith? I should do. No. Just double check that's... Yeah, that's key to the right thing. And you step in, and you just basically... Fortunately, Aster and Orion are asleep by this point. But basically, Daxos is in the forge area of the Crucible. Defili, would you just be upstairs, or would you be... Give her a minute. And Dux is basically just bing, bing. Hey.
Evening.
Comes up to you. You sure you're okay about this? About coming along? I mean, you seem to have taken to our mutual situation's much better than I have, and I'd hate to tear you away from that.
Having something to live for changes your priorities, but it also allows you to enjoy living. I'll be fine.
Fair enough.
We have Halera after all.
About that.
That's said with complete sarcasm, by the way. Just it's hard to tell which Iceland.
Yeah. I intend to come back, so I need you to watch my back out there. So I'm gonna need to borrow that for a second. And he points to the Polaris Sword, the shield he made for you.
Yeah, absolutely. He hands it over, and he gives it to him and says, "Are you going to make this remarkable and more wonderful than it already is?"
You know it. It's only a half gram, but I saved a tiny bit of auramite from Atmos. It's the size of a grain of sugar, but sort of like, and like he gets to work sort of suffusing it, and he melts it down into what you gather to be potentially silver, infusing it in, and then he embosses it with additional filigree. Ding, 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 ding. And it takes him maybe an hour or so. Sorry, now that I got you back, random question. What browser are you using on Video Ninja? Something just occurred to me. I don't hear anything. How about you guys?
No, she's frozen in time.
Okay. Because Safari's not great with Video Ninja. It's better to use Firefox or Chrome. Cool. Okay, I'm seeing some motion. Reed, did you hear what I said? I think it's still. Alright, however, at the end of the 30 minutes, he, passes it to you again. Okay.
Defeaty's just T-posing in the corner.
Yeah. Why? Yeah, sorry. And he hands it to you. And if you want, you can look up the Polaris Ward and in brackets upgraded.
Yeah, he equips it and does the initial Captain America shield throw test.
Walking.
Yeah. And he kind of like looks at him and goes, it feels somehow lighter and just as sturdy. And then he kind of like looks into it and sees the rest of it and goes, I'm sure this will come to good use. And then he'll put a hand out to shake and just go, to coming home.
To coming home. Clasps.
Just full Schwarzenegger 80s action and moving moment of just the testosterone just builds around us.
Naxos might have to cast Crush's otherworldly guys first because his strength
It's just the world.
1 second, let me power up, otherwise you're going to send me flying. No, I'm kidding. All right. I was asking earlier, would Defili be upstairs? This is happening at the Crucible, Daxos's shop/home. Would she be upstairs or would she be down. It's up to you.
Where are the kids?
They're asleep upstairs.
She'd probably just be in with them.
Okay. But yeah, evening draws in. Everybody goes to bed. And incredibly, the kids decide to stay asleep tonight. So you can gain the full benefits of a long rest, both you and Daxos, and remove that point of exhaustion you had. So now you're back up to full.
Hey.
And but daylight comes, and the six of you find yourselves on the docks soon enough. Daxos and Defili stop by Xanthia's aunt and uncle's house to drop off Astra and Orion. Daxos just slides down this giant leather duffel bag. He's like, okay. He just starts rattling off a list. We packed everything. Fuck it. He just pulls out a key and flicks it to Xanthia's aunt, who catches it. Let yourself into the crucible if we forgot anything.
I think we're good to go, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't really carry much. You see, she's basically just on her back got the mace, the mace of the Deep Scion and stuff, just kind of almost towering around her head, in that sense with how big it is when it sits on her back, and her circlet on her head. And for this, she's kind of tied her hair up into a high ponytail.
Perfect. And yeah, Daxos similarly, he's actually packed pretty light. He's got his bag of holding. He pretty much just he sort of quickly sort of just scratches his own tattoos, barrier tattoos, which are these sort of geometric lines that resemble braces on his arms. Very subtle, but other than that, he just picks up Leono, his hammer, and just it goes from maul to light hammer just for convenience sake, and then he sort of refastens his red sash of sorcerer's synergy, and he's good to go.
Okay, bitch.
So we head out and down?
Yeah. And you all find yourselves at the docks. And I'll say, as you all gather together to sort of lay back to a second, the mace that Defili sports on her back it has this sort of curved leather-bound handle, and the entire thing seems to be stone carved into the shape of a moray eel that is sort of coiling around on itself. And the rest of you finally meet Adrastos and Tobias.
Tobias is sort of dragging behind him what could maybe be called a flail, but it's just ropes wrapped around a giant boulder. And he's just sort of has slung over his shoulder.
Hilira, make a history check.
Okie dokie.
Oh, before I forget. And that's just motions to one of the crew, and there's a just barrel of wine being carried onto board.
I follow the barrel of wine.
Make it last. I'm not buying you another one.
I rolled a 24.
24. You recognize that length of rope. It has sort of ornate filigree on it. It's magical. Daxos made it. He obviously tried to sell it to Botch once, but it was too expensive at the time. He obviously sold it to this gentleman. It's known as the colossal portable hand trebuchet.
I can understand why it was hard to sell.
Especially the fuck yes.
But yeah. Unless there's any last minute errands anybody needs to do, anything anybody needs to acquire, you all clamor.
I think.
So good.
Just really quickly, Jason seeing two satyrs come aboard immediately feels slightly more at ease and greets them in Sylvan, and there's a real welcome to the ship, welcome to the crew.
See? I told you, brother. In good company. And wine.
You've never led me astray before. The wine looks delicious.
I think is just gonna stand there and just be like, and say in Sylvan to Joyce, I'm like, you know I speak Sylvan. Every time. You're always like, I'll speak Sylvan with these people. You never speak Sylvan with me.
Okay, you know what? My apologies. On this trip, I will speak with you in Sylvan more. Is that better for you?
Oh, fine. Fine. Yeah, we can. I don't need you to do it.
Then it's in Sylvan under his breath. He's going to be like, she needs to sleep more often. it's like I remember Thistle at this stage. What is it, like 5 months?
Her passive perception is like 18. Her passive investigation is like 24. Yeah. And she can look through because she has observant as a feat. So she's just like, oh yeah, I heard that.
he'll look at you and just be like, oh yes, I forgot. Defeaty. We'll all make it back from this trip. So let's enjoy this time that we have. Deal?
Fine. Deal. And I'm going to go take a nap, but not because you told me to. It's because I wanted to take one anyway.
It's very much that thing of like, it's like the dad vibe of just being like, she definitely needs to, like, even just like a power nap will probably do. Like, he just kind of like nods and shakes his head of just like, yes, you go. As long as you nap, I don't care how it's done.
You should take a bottle of rum, a bottle of wine with you. It'll help.
You're willing to part with some of that?
Oh, it's for everybody, isn't it?
I thought it was just for you, but gladly. I think she's just gonna she's just going to basically unkeg like one of them and just like fully, I think, just like dunk her head like towards it and like tilt it slightly. And then when she's done, she's like, good.
I like this one.
Daxos just looks at you.
She hasn't been drinking for so
eyes.
long. She's not pregnant anymore. She can drink again.
All right, fair
and then she goes to take a power nap.
And together you set off. I'm trying to think, do I have a... Let's just use this one.
Helena, do you speak Sylvan?
No, but I understand most languages, so...
I can speak Sylvan, and I can also do this thing, and you hear in your brain, where I can talk in people's brains sometimes.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Right?
Crap baskets.
Right? That's really funny. I have this really terrible thought, because the Philly's taking a nap right now, that I could just go and talk in her brain and be like, you're having such a nice dream.
Are you saying that out loud?
In Felina's brain.
Oh, damn it. Okay, fine.
You could definitely do that. I mean,
It does feel like a terrible idea.
Well, it feels like a funny idea. Terrible would maybe
is
come
funny,
after,
right?
but I'm...
You know she can sink the ship, right?
Can you also hear in our brains?
Sorry. I didn't realize you were doing this in your head. Right on.
Okay. What would Santhea do? Santhea would say, Hilary, that's a terrible idea. And then Scotinos would say, do it! Now I'm confused again. Okay, I'm just...
sounds...
Can I make an insight check on Hilira? Because if it's in the brain, assuming she's not talking to anyone, but she's like staring violently at Polina.
She's making all of these faces while we have this talk. It's just a full convo.
Chris, where Terry Crews and like the wife are like talking in looks.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
it's just all facial expressions.
Make an insight check.
Here we go, Hilira. I love you, darling. Ooh, shit. I'm making sure that Ophelia is rested. That's a 13.
Okay. No, you have no idea.
Okay, I'm just gonna go and check on her. I'm gonna walk over to the Feely.
Cool. Are you asleep by this point?
Yeah, she would have conked out. She's ready to take naps at any given point.
Perfect.
She's a mom now. She goes to bed so quick.
She's like, nap, a bed, 5 minutes, done.
I'm gonna stand in the doorway. I'm gonna think about what this will do. I'm a really good babysitter. And do I not want to be a babysitter anymore? That is the question. I'm gonna sneak up to the filly, and I'm gonna grab my unicorn, and I'm gonna put it next to her, and then I'm gonna walk away again.
Okay.
She can snuggle with my unicorn.
Make a sleight of hand check. The DC is not terribly high because you are only introducing a soft thing to the equation as opposed to trying to pick any pocket.
Okay,
This
come on,
fucking
Hillary.
fly has been
22.
like- 22. Silent and sleek. You just push the plushy unicorn down and just almost instinctively to Feely's arms.
How dare
Wrap
you?
around it and pull it close.
How dare you?
In case you need extra healing, when you wake up from your nap, you can roll 2d6 extra on your dice.
Yeah, that unicorn's magical.
The shame.
Why is that the thing that's going to make me cry? That's so
I feel like Defelia out of spite seeing this would like punch herself in the face to like reduce the hit points again.
Like, get it off of me. How does it have
Take
glitter
this
everywhere?
unicorn 10 HP back.
Takes 2d10 psychic damage from shame.
All right. As the first day of sailing will take you out of the Bay of Meletis, which is basically just a very wide bay, which is the Aetonian which is on one side of the Aetonian Peninsula. There are no dangers. In fact, you're even able to make landfall and camp on the ocean this evening. As you all sort of like, as the sailors park up the boat, beach it, and begin to unpack, Doxa smiles. This won't work when we're out at sea because of a moving platform, but for the moment. And he pulls out from his bag of holding a ornate, sort of like dark silver and gilded with, also like framed with bronze trim key. And he just puts it out, and you watch as the front half just disappears into the air. And there's like a sound like a fuse going off, and then a door shimmers into existence. Just shoves it, and the door like swings open, and somehow floating in the air is a doorway into a magnificent mansion.
Wow, an impressive piece of spell work.
I like to travel.
I like to put my head in the door and look up. Huh.
All right, after you.
I was going to suggest sea shanties, but this will work.
We can still do sea shanties.
Oh, fantastic! Runs inside the door and starts singing.
Cool. And as everybody, unless anybody would like to do anything, as everybody beds down in the mansion, the crew included, although some stay outside to camp and keep an eye on the boat, as everybody sort of
Defile
turns
would
in-
probably stay on the boat because she likes the water.
Okay. To clarify, the boat has been beached at this point, for like convenience sake. Like maybe like the tail end of it like is still being lapped by the waves. If you would like.
Yeah,
for-
she'll want to stay where she's happiest, closest to the water.
Can
Or
I?
do I-
Oh, sorry, you go first.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
No, you go first. You go first.
It's just really simple for Jason. Like he will pretty much throughout this entire traveling part of it, he will always be looking on the horizon for danger and stuff like that, and that's basically it. Keeping a watchful eye out at all times.
Perfect. Virlo?
Can I just talk to the new guys and go, so, are you guys, like, from Meletis? I'm gonna guess no, but...
No, well, We originally come from the Skull of Vale, but Melitis draws us for, I suppose, the energy party. It's a seaside town, crossing road of all sorts of cultures. So, and of course, the beer. Quite fond of the beer of Melitis. The little bit of sea salt in there, unfiltered. And you can see my brother here is even more fond. Isn't that right, brother?
Oh, it's very good. It's very good, Rob. Yep.
And like, what do you guys do? What's your deal? What are your issues?
Oh, right into the traumas, I see.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I tend to follow wherever Lady Fate may guide me, and usually it ends up being fiends, undead, as I'm sure you are all aware, and the like, and also try to steer my brother in the right path wherever I can, but it is an interesting life. We embody two different sides. I myself are maybe more tempered, and well, we'll see soon enough when he gets rowdy, I suppose. But
he's rudely sober most of the time, but he's but he means well.
Okay.
Sometimes my brother can. Oh yes.
Sorry, keep going. I was just gonna ask if you liked Clothis.
Oh, of course. I am sincerely devoted to the Lady of Fates.
I thought so. When you said Fates, I was like, it's definitely Clothy. I met her once. She's really nice.
Yes. She's divine.
Very hot as well. What about you? Who do you follow, drinking guy?
I assume.
You can also tell me your issues.
I've got no issues really. I live a carefree life. It's pleasant, and I gotta remember who it is I follow. Himmerus.
Roll a religion check, Hilira.
Okay. Wow. How am I a cleric without religion? 13.
Himeros is a lesser idol. He would be part of what's considered the third generation of deities, ones that above table in terms of power maybe compare more to an archfiend or archfey, as opposed to necessarily a outright god himself. Himeros is in particular the god of celebration. His power greatly diminished after Xenagos, god of revelries, became a thing, and he has yet to fully recover. He is sort of that same, whereas Xenagos was like sadism and like excess and like taken too far. Himeros is the benevolent side of celebration and revel.
Okay, cool.
So, I suppose, what is your deal? What do you do?
Well, I'm a cleric, so I heal things, and I'm a follower of Ronos, the best god ever. And for my issues, well, I'm a lady of Akros, and then I was supposed to get married, and then I said, no thank you, and then I ran away. That's my deal. Oh, and then I went back home, and then my dad died.
Was the wake nice?
I'm gonna say yes, it was, but it was
fantastic!
It was very sad. I tried to bring him back from the dead, but he didn't want to.
Daxos whispers to you, Adrastos, the father was generally Carion of Akros. And you know who that is. He was one of the generals who led the charge in the battle of the Fatagax Bridge that you participated in.
Well, his passing was unfortunate, and I'm sure he is celebrated even to this day.
Yeah, and
May we drink to him?
I don't drink, but thank you.
No, I don't drink too much either,
I mean, these are
unless my brother manages to convince me. But
I'll drink with you, Tobias.
yeah,
Oh, fantastic. I knew this place was a party.
All right, and as you all clink your cups, Defili, as you sort of just stare out into the ocean, feel more at ease. Just take a deep sigh and breathe in the ocean air. You hear a voice on the wind.
Welcome back, my dear. It's been a minute.
That it has.
And that's where we're going to go to break.
Holy shit.
Nice.
All right.
It's the Briarwoods.
Yay. This
You
game
wish
just got so much
it's
more
the
interesting.
Briarwoods. All
It's
right.
fine.
We're okay to meet back here at 9:02 or in 10 minutes.
certainly.
Perfect. Grab a drink, grab a snack, use the restroom if you need to, and we'll be back here. Thank you so much to everybody who's tuning in. We'll be back soon. Bye-bye for now. And we come back now. And, Defili, you hear that voice on the wind, and you respond in kind.
It has indeed been very long.
One second, just pulling the... That's too much. Just use... Is that super loud for... Oh.
No.
You guys... Could you guys hear that at all, or...?
I don't hear anything.
I've not... I didn't key that one. 1 second. The short... Yeah, every damn time.
I hear rain.
There you go.
It's meant to be the lapping waves. Is that too loud, or is
My
that...
version. No, that's good.
Okay. And... Sorry, because I don't have Scylla... I don't have somebody keyed to my, Stream Deck.
No worries.
So he's got to click it again, sorry.
Take your time.
Oh,
You're
hi,
good.
dear.
I'm well. And you, patron?
Well enough. Missed you.
I suppose you must have done. I almost missed you too. Oddly enough.
Come now, Defili. I always thought we had a good rapport.
We have a well enough rapport when our ideologies match.
Fair enough.
What can I help you with, mistress?
Actually, you already are.
The fiends.
This path you're on. Keep following it.
Very well.
All will be revealed in time.
Thank you.
And that's the last you hear.
I think she'll like half smile as she looks down at the water and then looks out to the horizon, and just like absent-mindedly just like rubs the tattoos around her wrist.
Make a perception check.
Sure. Hey, 11 plus 3, 14.
It's a pretty night tonight. The moon's out. It would be okay, so in terms of like overcommitting, how's this on for size? I built a lunar calendar for the entire year as well. It would be a very waning moon. It's like just about a sliver. It's almost so it is just now been a new moon. It's like 2 days after a new moon, so there's like a tiny crescent, but it's still enough to illuminate.
Is anyone else about still?
There's a few of the sailors who are not on the ship, but are basically on the shoreline having pitched tents on the beach, and are basically just gathered around the doorway of the Magnificent Mansion. On the ship itself, you are by yourself.
I think she'll probably take... I would say she'll probably just like take a rope and tie it around her waist. And then I think she'll go and probably sleep in the water for a bit. Just mooring herself to the ship.
Makes sense. And you sort of lay back. It's a little bit like, wow, dated-ass reference, but like the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie, sort of like just letting the waves overlap your face. And then like the of the waves becomes like it's like when you're underwater. And it's just like muted in peace. Sleep comes to all of you easily enough. And as the sun rises, you all set off once more. This time, for the last time in a little while, with land, where you set off from the Itonian Peninsula into open ocean, beyond the Bay of Manatees. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, Defile would probably... I was just going to say that Defile would probably gather everyone when they're back together in the morning and just say, I've spoken with my patron. Apparently, the path we're on is one she was going to send me on anyway. So, all will be revealed in good time, which means that when she finds out as much as she's willing to let on, without playing too much off her own hand, she'll share it. Happy?
Works for me.
Good.
All right, all aboard. And you set off. Land becomes more and more distant and more distant. Can I get somebody to roll a d20 for me?
Me.
Go
Do
for
it.
it.
10.
10.
Is this a random encounter?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god. Thank god you didn't roll like a 20.
Who knows what the scaling is, so...
Again, I will say Jason is on the lookout
All right.
the entire time.
You see them before anyone else does then. Just these fishtails that sort of like crest out of the water. And like at first you think they're dolphins, but it's distinctly more piscine in terms of like the make of the tail. You see scales and like more like greater degree of fins. Until one of them fully emerges out of the water, and the top half is a beautiful woman. This one in particular with shining red hair, and yeah, you see a pod of mermaids just like, and they sort of like come closer to the boat. And I'll clarify, these are mermaids, not sirens. You know, Johnson, that there is no need.
Yeah, I was gonna say, thank you for the clarity, because that could have got very different.
Ballista? No, these are straight up mermaids, and I mean, like, they're still magical creatures, so like safety's not guaranteed, but they are not innately hostile. In fact, these ones seem to be quite friendly. They sort of like, much like dolphins, they'll just swim with the boat for a time.
Defeater will probably shut down and call them sisters and greet them.
One of them sort of like leaps up and is like sort of like reaching over, looking at you, Defili. Hello!
Hello. You're beautiful.
Thank you, so are you.
Oh, thank you. Your pod look wonderful. Are you traveling somewhere specific?
No, just swimming about. These are really pretty, and she's sort of like, are you wearing any jewelry?
Yeah, she's got like earrings on,
Yeah.
like bracelets and stuff.
These are gorgeous.
Do you want them?
Can we?
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. Where are you going?
Where are we going? Defilia's gonna touch. She's not paying attention. She's gonna touch the most. She's like, where are we going?
Demidos!
That's where.
I don't know that one. In what direction is it? By the way, like, other mermaids have, like, swum up and are also, like, admiring, like, people's jewelry. Or, like, just pretty things that are on the boat.
The only thing Defilia's keeping out of reach is her circle.
Oh, yeah. Oh, to be clear, it does not seem like they're trying to sleight of hand or anything. They're just
No, she doesn't think so. They're just curious, but she's like, I'm weak towards my siblings.
Yeah. Does have anything in his inventory? Sorry, just 1 second. Way too many tabs open. He pulls out like a shiny dagger that he never uses. That's sort of mastercraft, and he's sort of like, and like one of the slightly more muscular mermaids, like she goes for that one. What direction is that? The one that you're talking to, Defili, shouts to you, Hilira.
I point in the direction.
Oh! She, like, says something. What language does everybody speak?
I speak Sylvan, and I speak not Aaron, one of the water
Aquan.
primordial languages.
You understand the Aquan.
I speak Primordial, Sylvan, Minotaur, Deep Speech, Common, and Abyssal.
So anyone who speaks Primordial understands them. They're basically saying, and some of the other crew members, like taken by these mermaids, like part with like rings or things like that, and pretty baubles that they have, and they basically say, "Shall we give them a hand?" There's like, "Follow us," and they all swim into the water, and you will gain a day of travel.
Oh, hey.
Speed boost.
Yeah.
We traded jewelry for a speed boost.
Yeah, they
Worth it.
little magpie-esque, and they made it worth your while. Does anybody wish to do anything during the day? Wish to speak to anything, have any conversations, or just...
Actually, yeah, I'd like to ask one of the mermaids, and I'll trade her a bauble off one of my earrings for it. I've got like, Polly's got like a couple of big hoops on, and one of them has like a collection of like charms and little trinkets. And
he's like taken with the charms and trinkets.
And she'll give her this like freshwater pearl looking one, and give it down to her. And actually, I had a question that I was willing to trade you for this. What do you know about? I'm going to call it the Bad Island. Is there a place that you or your sisters you don't want to go?
You're going to have to be way more specific.
Like up in whichever direction that we're going above table, because in real life I'm directionally challenged. Polly is not. So whichever direction we're heading in the water,
so if you bank due east for 3 days, there's a island that had a giant fuck-off blue dragon, probably still there. There's a really nasty volcano that way. I think we're about to pass over a Marrow tribe. Just keep sailing, it should be fine. And, like, she starts rattling stuff off, and then you're like, right, Siren Sea.
Oh, that's true. And I'll listen to her and be like, Okay, I probably should have given you a bigger trinket for that information, but thank you.
No. I
like,
wasn't very helpful. Thank you.
Are the mermaids just chilling with us as we're kind of going along?
So, they chill with you when you're sort of bartering with trinkets, but after that, basically, I mean, they can sort of like swap in and out as long as a few of them still, because they're guiding you, basically. They're guiding you past any hazards and things like that to gain a day of travel. You can speak to one of them at a point if you want to call to one of them and stuff like that. But in general, they'll be accompanying the ship. Yeah. A platinum blonde one with very straight hair sort of clambers up. Oh, sorry, give me a hand.
Yeah, I'd like easily bring a hand down with this straight up. Yeah.
This is like sat on the. Actually, triremes don't have ledges, so she's basically just sat like on the. Isn't like they don't have rails; they have just floor length ones, so she just sat.
I'll speak to her in primordial, knowing that that's like the primary language they speak, and just say, I see that you are interested in trinkets and stuff that we hold. I was wondering if I could be bold enough to ask you a question.
Go on.
I have a newborn, and I intend to return to them. And as I return, perhaps a trinket from a genuine beauty of the sea would be a nice keepsake for them to have as a memory of my journey to...
You're so sweet. Did you have something specific in mind, or just anything I have?
Something as simple to us land dwellers as a seashell or a rock would do, as long as it was touched by the hands of a mermaid. I can tell them the story.
I'll be back in a bit. And she just dives off and like she drives straight down. And she's gone for like an hour. You get a little worried, but like she's like...
Jason Dadman is like, I should have been more specific.
The other mermaids are still with you. So like, she's got to come back eventually, but she like... You just don't see her. Until about the end of an hour, she comes out with a huge anemone shell. Like full-on spiral.
Nice.
Sorry, took me a second.
He just kind of looks and goes, my dear, this is more than perfect. Thank you so much.
I'm glad. I had to wrestle an octopus for it.
That was definitely not necessary, but is much appreciated. What is your name?
He got what he wanted already, which was what was inside it.
Okay. Thank you so much. And I ask her name.
Nausicaa.
Nausicaa. I'm Jason. It's been a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. And she sort of like playfully pinches your cheek, and then she'll just dive into the water to rejoin her sisters.
Yeah, and whatever, like, the specifics that you gave me, by all means, feel free to pass on to Morse for next session.
Perfect. And if anybody... does everybody know what an anemone shell looks like? I actually can't see the screen. Who's nodding or shaking their head? Okay, cool. Everybody knows. Cool. Around about late afternoon, your watch is just like, the mermaids wave, and then... They just all dive down at the same time and vanish pretty much.
As they wave, is there a rainbow and music in the background?
There's a strange crab who starts, shaking his booty and singing.
I told you not to follow the man.
Under the sea.
But... Even you are greeted to a beautiful sunset, where basically the sea just swallows a ball of fire. just all these golden colors dance across the sky. And then it turns to night. Evening is had. The boat's cook cooks up a functional meal for everybody. He has these sort of like pre-made dolmades that he starts handing out to everybody, which is like the fig leaf wrapped rice Grecian treats, and everyone just sort of feasts and snacks on those, and he has some souvlaki available, there's meats and things like that. Cucumber. Greeks love their cucumber. If nobody has anything they wish to do, evening draws. And unfortunately, the Siren's Wrath is not a big enough surface for the mansion door to, like, latch onto. There's a point where, like, one of the sailors is like, or actually, I feel like this would be funny if, like, Helios said it, is like, why can't we just have the mansion? And Daxos shows you, he, like, he puts in the key, and then the door just slides across the deck as you're still saying. Just slides off. That's why.
Okay, makes sense.
So, you all need to use the cabins aboard the ship, which are not the most spacious thing, but they'll do.
They're not bad once you get used to them.
We can also all do a cuddle puddle.
What?
A cuddle puddle is where everyone sleeps in one area next to each other. We used to do it with Tempest a lot.
Okay.
Everyone really enjoyed it.
It sounded like the boat creaked extra disinterestedly when you said those things.
Oh, okay. All the girls enjoyed it.
Hey.
Right, that's the most important people.
Oh.
Sorry, I only just noticed Ultra Square's message.
Enticing.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's enticing, but I'll pass.
Okay.
Yeah, I've kind of had my fill of cuddle puddles over the last 4 months.
Okay.
You're so warm.
I'm sorry.
I don't, it's night, like, I'll cuddle for a bit, and then you gotta stop.
Well, whilst we're bringing it up, your feet are like glaciers.
Oh, well, maybe if you weren't cuddling me, you wouldn't feel my feet.
Fine.
Fine.
I mumble to Hilera and just say, wow, the guy that looks like molten ore. Who would have thought? Very hot, apparently.
I'm going to stay true on my promise, and I'm going to speak to Defili in Sylvan. And you hear in Sylvan, Jason be like, I know, I understand. Thistle has a very grabby approach, and I'm there for the time that I need to be, and then, you do need your sleep after in your own space. So I understand.
She replies back at someone. She's like, "Yeah, no, exactly." And like, you squeeze, and then you.
It's the grab, the turn, and then you roll back.
Yeah, roll back. Roll back. Squeeze for them, turn for us.
Turn for us. Where's that from? That's from an episode of something. Friends, thank you. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's from Friends.
That is where my brain went.
Yeah.
Right, so, you all, Hilira, you can try to, maybe, Tobias is still up for a cuddle.
Tobias will just shout, I'm down for cuddles, and he'll just chug something and then fall over and pass out, and just arms stretched out like Star Trek.
It's
He's just waiting.
It's not even like a slow fall over. It's like Family Guy level of just instantly.
Oh man.
I feel like your other party might have been better for this.
Oh no, this is just like Buckyos most of the time.
Oh,
Except
okay.
he talks a lot about pooping. Like, a lot. I'm worried about that boy most of the time.
I'm pretty sure he does it on purpose to make you uncomfortable.
Oh, it's not me. It's definitely Xanthia. But that man
That's
talks
true.
about his long drop. Because it's like right in the ocean as well. So
I still can't believe he made me build that.
I just can't get over. He talks about pooping a lot.
Clip that moment, turn it into an emote.
This is exactly like it, except he talks about pooping a lot.
It's true. He talks about pooping a lot. I don't know why he got the long drop. We should have been like, this is the line. This is all our house. It was right outside Basinia's window as well, so the poop was just like in the ocean.
In retrospect, was that the worst choice?
Yes.
Okay.
Respect.
Okay, well,
Okay.
yes. Do you want to have a cuddle puddle, Polina?
Sure.
Okay.
Paulina,
Are you single? I'm not asking because I'm taken, but I just want to know. While we're in this cuddle. Oh, tell me more.
They're like on either side of Tobias, just like.
He's just in the middle, like.
a slummy like this. Yeah, so I've been single my whole life, and
Tobias is surprisingly good at braiding hair, and he just starts.
he can only do it dead drunk though.
Yeah.
No one, including Tobias, knows how he knows how to do it.
And like
He was caught drunk and be damned if he'll ever do it.
Like,
sober.
by the end, you don't know how this beast of a man pulled it off, but like at the end of your combo, you've got like these braided thing, like bangs that sort of like loop around here into like a spiraling butt, like something like from a goddamn like for a wedding. And
I
you're
didn't
like,
even feel it.
Yeah.
It didn't pull. He didn't pull my hair at all.
That's so nice. My mother never did that. She was always like, yanking my hair. Anyway, tell me about your love life.
Your mother did your hair? That's nice.
Oh, is that a sore subject? Talk about mothers. I'll say
Well,
she was
my
nice,
mother's
but
been
she was
dead for a long time.
Oh, that sucks. My dad's also dead, and I was kind of responsible, so I understand.
Oof.
I kind of get it.
In a weird
I
way,
only
people
felt-
hold me responsible for that too, so I understand that.
I
Oh
kind
my
of
god, high five!
I only found out my dad was alive 8 months ago.
Oh, yeah, that was also something.
Did you think he was dead this whole time?
I never met him.
Oh.
After my mother had me, she basically left me inside a volcano.
Yeah, it was.
And then I
she
was
went
raised
there.
by, like, a cult
The volcano?
until I
Oh,
left.
worse.
The flames.
You know this. Yeah, you know what they say. If you're in a cult, call your dad. But if you don't have a dad, it gets tricky.
Where are you supposed to go? You don't have a dad.
I just left. Once I got strong enough that they couldn't stop me, I just left.
Good for you.
I had a similar problem. You had a similar problem.
You were in a
Oh,
cult?
sorry. I'm laughing at the. No, never mind. No, at the opposite of a cult. People liked my mother. Thought she was cool. When my mother died, people weren't happy with me. So that's my whole story.
Okay, but what about your love life?
There isn't one, babe. I don't know what you want me to tell.
Okay, do you need me to set you up with someone? I have brothers.
She's just like, let's suck up our ground.
No, I'm okay. That's so nice of you, but I'm alright.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And
What?
we already know about your love life. You ran away from your husband marriage thing.
Well, it was complicated. It wasn't a husband yet. It was kind of sort of fiance, but kind of well, it's complicated. But I'm with the Triton.
The one with
One
the
that-
giant fuck-off trident that seemed to be made out of both fire and water.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was hot. The colors,
Yeah.
the whole aesthetic, very nice.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Very
What can I
hot.
say? I do good work. He says like a dick.
Did we? Never mind. I won't be that rude to you.
Okay. Cool. I kind of miss her.
Well, I mean, yes, that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
This feels awkward. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Good night.
Okay.
Ryu, you were gonna say something?
Yeah, while they're cuddle tunneling, where's Adrastos?
I'd probably like find somewhere below deck and kind of take out my bazooki and kind of which I have a life-size replica if you want to.
Yeah.
Assistant.
So excited for this.
Oh!
Do it.
Kind of just playing like a little bit of a calming melody as his brother kind of sleeps, and yeah, just kind of taking in the waves, the tides that have brought him here on this journey, and yeah, just kind of taking it all in, being a little stoic but quiet.
And it is, despite everything, it is a good evening. And sorry, go ahead, Alex.
Could we?
Yeah, me and Rihanna are same mindset there.
Do you want to go talk to Adrastos?
I was gonna say.
Sorry, I completely blanked on that. Go ahead.
No, okay, so I realized, because I just realized I have this at higher level. Each night, I would like to sleep through the night, take the exhaustion, and then take an hour short rest in the morning and do tireless to get the exhaustion down, basically. So each
you
night
wanna
I'll
stay
kind
on
of
watch?
do. Effectively, I'll be constantly on watch and stuff. But if I hear this music, especially like if it's something that I might recognize, either from, would it be something from the Skull of Vale that you'd be playing?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, if it was something like that, then like immediately would kind of like gravitate towards and probably just sit like very like George of the Jungle moment where he's like playing with the horses. You'd have a moment where like he kind of like kneels down beside you and just like listens intently. But yeah, like he's definitely down. But also DM, if me and Tysara do not get to romance this character in the other campaign, I'm gonna be very upset.
What?
Oh yeah.
Adrastos.
Oh yeah. I'm respectfully
I'm
age
just
is just a number, baby, when it comes to that kind of
Respectfully,
D&D.
dibs.
Respectfully simping.
Yeah, even the chat is just all over you, Patrick. What have you
Watching
done?
respectfully.
Man with
Disrespectfully.
disrespectfully, respectfully, whatever.
Hey,
it ends
that's
up
coming
being.
later.
Yeah. Gay pride is over, but straight shame has just begun.
If you're okay with Defealy also joining you downstairs, she would have probably had the music and come down too.
Hmm.
Do you want to collect another bard?
nice to have.
'Cause you could get me as well.
Yeah, it's nice to have the company. You know, often in the evenings. Yeah, my brother's sleeping, and don't get me wrong, his snores are almost like a melody on top of my music, but it's nice to have other voices for a change sometimes.
Oh, you play beautifully.
So where do
You
you
are
all,
incredibly talented.
where do you all come from? Thank you.
She's gonna gesture out the porthole to the ocean. Just Thassa's embrace. I was dropped off with my father at birth, and then travelled really since then. Well, you know, once I was old enough. So, just the ocean generally, but I've settled now with the others.
Ah, yes, that explains the mermaids earlier. I was wondering, does that kind of thing happen around here often? But of the sea
Mermaids?
tends to
Draw the sea.
you go.
Oh, we are one and the same. The ocean ebbs and flows, the bonds with it too. It is Thassa's way.
Above table, may I just ask, Gree, are you intentionally withholding your city where you were born and grew up in, or... cool, just double checking.
Oh, go ahead. I heard the heavy breathing, and I knew that Daxos was behind me.
Let me taste your skin. No.
Yeah, we're still doing. We're now as fathers. Every evening, we're just instinctively doing like the breath techniques to keep our kids calm.
He is eager to learn. He is hyperfixating. I wish I did get out onto the sea more often. This is nice. I know it. He just gestures to his whole vibe. I know it seems counterintuitive, but I actually love the water.
It's nice out here. I feel at home. Justin, though, where are you from?
Let's just say I made my home in the School of Vale. Where I was before that, I care not to remember too much of. Nothing too drastic, just gladiator things. It was a long time ago. It was an older me, or younger me.
Sorry, Alex, can I just ask, did you mean to say the Skull of Vale?
Am I not from the School of Vale? I thought my backstory had a whole thing with School of Vale.
Wait, since what happened in the backstory, or are you talking about like from the very beginning?
I may be misremembering backstory stuff. I just remember Skull of Vale. Either Skull of Vale was before he was taken, or Skull of Vale was what he found after.
So Skull of Vale would probably have been before. I mean, feel free to change it if you decide
Nope.
differently, but
Nope,
I remember
that's all good.
post-campaign 1, you took up residence in Setessa, which is the forest.
Oh, yes, no, sorry, yes, thank you very much. Yeah, so, quick retcon. Skull of Vale, born and raised, was taken, and then he'll say, I remember it fondly, which is probably why I recognize that melody. And then I was taken at a young age, forced into fighting pits, and the rest of it is a very long and bloodied history.
A cruel fate. But it is still nice to find a kindred spirit. I too are from the Vale, as is my sleeping beauty brother over there.
Yeah, as we look over and see the sleeping, you just hear this though. Jason would just kind of look and say, yes, I've always found a certain kinship with satyrs, and he is reminiscent of a satyr that he knows.
The feeling glowers.
I was about to say, she fully just like scowls slightly.
He's not that bad once you get to know him.
I know him.
Kinda with her on this one. He's been a dick sometimes. To her.
There's the eye twitching as she thinks about him, and then she just... But you're a wonderful improvement on the Satyr company that we've had previously, I would say, personally.
This is true. You and your brother feel like two sides of the same coin, very opposite, but somehow complementary of the other.
We've traveled together for a long time. We work well together. You know, for us to still maintain not being at each other's throats after so many years, I think, is a miracle. Small one, albeit. But I think you and him would get alike. You're both the sort of strong, but still like a voice of reason, even as much as I like to think of myself as a voice of reason to my brother. He can be just as much of a needed voice in times where I'm lost. You know, sometimes, as you'll know from the Veil, a little bit of chaos and revelry and what have you, you know, you need it in your life. You need to break free a little bit.
I look forward to... Jordan, is he drinking in his sleep? Because that was really impressive. Like, I just saw you go for it. Closed eyes was great. He'll...
fucking muscle
Rote
memory.
movement.
Yeah, the muscle memory. Yeah, it's crazy.
Everyone watching, just their head just...
Yeah.
He's a sleep drinker.
I think I'm impressed.
He seems a great warrior, and he says it with like an inclination of like he's passed out drunk asleep at the moment, but he definitely looks like the strength. But then kind of Dyson looks to you and kind of, because you're still wearing your armor, right? Or like you have your like armor and gear like to you, and he says, as great as you perform, Daxos, I remember you saying that you were going to hire some muscle. Are you equally adept as your brother in fighting?
Yes, I sort of am more of the protective type. The music, the sort of passion side of it is only a small fragment. I divine most of my powers from the Lady Clothis. She helps me steer us in the right direction, offers guidance on our fate, the fate of my allies, and that includes all of you here as well. I will do my best to protect and put myself in harm's way so that you may not suffer any ill will.
The moment you say that, you see a smile creep across Jason's face in terms of like a complete understanding of exactly what it is that you do. And he kind of like he gets up, kind of puts a hand out to you to shake, and just simply says, should tomorrow's passage be eventless, I would very much like to spar with you and your brother, see what you're capable of.
I think we would love that. And Adrastos reaches out a hand for a firm shake and a pleasant smile.
Sleep well. I will see you on the deck come morning. And then he will nod to Daxos and to Feely, and head up to the deck and kind of maintain watch.
Okay.
Defeatly's like prepped like to go to sleep, but she looks at Adrastos as he was explaining himself, and her head will tilt, and you see like a sort of like a curious gleam in her eyes. But as with some things, curiosity doesn't always mean kindness, and she kind of leans maybe a bit too close into your space and says, "The goddess of destiny. And yet you are a satyr with no revelry so far as I've seen. Curious. I'm interested to see where your abilities lie. Adrastos."
As am I with you. You are a mysterious one, for sure, but lots of new faces. I guess I'm excited. I maybe feel I need to prove myself to some of you, but whether or not you accept us, I suppose, is not for me to decide, but is for fate.
So long as you can hold your own, you will prove far more than enough. As to my own abilities, I think she'll like lean away, and as she does, like her neck tilts and she prestidigitations it more so than anything, but you see that the tentacle tattoo on her neck isn't quite stationary as it kind of curls a little tighter and then loosens. And she'll kind of like turn and look over her shoulder. She goes, "We make rather formidable allies too. Good night."
Good night.
As for me, I just like to blow things up. He goes to bed as well.
She's like beckoning her hand to him, like as she's walking away as well. Like she's like, come.
All right. Cool. And you all turn in for the evening. I'm guessing there's like a separation, as in between Defili and Daxos, so they get their own space to sleep by this point. Yeah. Okay. So, I rolled a separate. Part of the 10 included rolling a separate thing, which I rolled well on. Defili. Actually, so Jason first. You're sort of staring out on the water. And in about a moment, you see a like a swell. And it just slaps into the boat, and you are just... You're drenched.
Just the Jack Sparrow wet again meme.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Roll a perception check at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay.
Yes.
Question. DC wise, what are we hitting here? Because I've got a plus 15.
Oh.
Sorry.
I'm gonna
It was more a case of not rolling a 1.
I'm going to retcon this slightly. I'm going to say you don't see anything.
Okay.
That was hurtful.
Sorry.
No, it's doing good.
But, like, after just getting drenched, nothing happens.
However, a horse dries itself.
Yeah. Just like...
Slowly and laboriously.
like Altivo in Road to El Dorado, just...
Yeah.
Defili. You're sound asleep. Until you hear a crash as the sound of a terracotta cup just lands on the ground, shatters, and startles you awake.
Anything in the room?
You look up just in time to see a vaguely humanoid shape rush out of the room. Just run.
I'll dash after them.
Dash off them. Okay.
Misty step. Just instantly out.
Mama don't play.
You misty step out and find yourself, like, you teleport in front of this thing. And it sort of, like, stops. You see a woman. Except she seems to almost shimmer in the light. Jason, you see all this as well. You watch as this female figure stops and Divili just teleports in front of her. And you sort of realize you squint for a second, you swear in the moonlight you see a semi-translucent to her skin, which sort of undulates ever so slightly. Her hair has weaves of kelp in it. You swear, she almost seems to be made out of water, but not at the same time.
A naiad. A full naiad. What do you want?
I wanted to see you.
Why? As far as I'm aware,
She
you and I
cups
have
your
never met.
Oh, but we have.
DM, can I make an insight check of what you're putting down? Alex kind of picks it up, but Jason, I think also second circumstances will pick it up as well.
You know the look in this Naiad.
Yeah.
eyes.
Okay. Yeah.
It is
Cool.
the same look that you watched Thistle give to Moss 100 times.
Yeah. I will probably stand not next to Defili, but definitely close to Defili.
You said she cups her cheek?
She goes to for a second, but she hesitates. she's afraid.
Speak plainly. Who are you to me?
At this point, you hear a thump, 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 as like House Sleep Dog says, "What the fuck?" Oh. He doesn't say anything else. I am just someone who was taken by a noble man who sailed from Neolanton. Whomst I had a wonderful evening with, and an evening that had ramifications that...
Ramifications, that's what I am to you.
No, that is not what you are to me. When I say ramifications, I mean... I did not want you to live the life that you have. You are not a ramification. But I also could not be a parent. And that is my failing, not yours.
And yet it was my burden. Why now?
I don't know. In part, this is the first I'd heard of you. In a very long time. I don't keep tabs on you, you know.
Defile almost looks a little hurt by that, as if she'd expected that her mother would have done.
A pod of mermaids described. A lady with blue hair, and I had to see for myself. I checked in when I could, from afar. But I always had to keep distant, because I am a creature of Nyx. I tend to the waters just like my brethren. I couldn't stay, I'd be called back to the sea. To keep the currents flowing, to keep... I'm not making excuses. I just...
We could have been flotsam and jetsam together in the currents. Yet you decided that you would forever be drawn out. The tide never came back in between you and I.
I know. I am not expecting anything. I know. I don't deserve that. Nor would I expect it or look for it. My nature, it hasn't changed. I just... felt you were owed putting a face to the misery.
It was not misery. My father was a good man. Is a good man. I think is still. I haven't seen him for a while.
You always had a strong heart. Daxos does chime in at this point. Well, you did more than most who spawned one of us. He's as jaded as you. Like, he's jaded on your behalf because he knows exactly what you're going through. Because he knows he would be in the exact same fucking place if he were presented with the Oread who gave birth to him. And and you must be the forged child. Don't call me that. Sorry. I heard I have grandchildren.
Fuck off.
You do. 2. Twins.
That's wonderful. Daxos turns in. Do we even get to know your name? Thetis. My name is Thetis.
Thetis.
Look, if this was a mistake, I'll dive into the sea and you'll never see me again.
Thassa's tits and teeth. It's not a mistake for you to see your child. I just wish you had done it sooner. And not tried to run. And maybe done so when I was awake.
I didn't know how to approach this. You're not sure how being made of water can have tears in their eyes, but somehow she's pulling it off. I didn't know if you'd hate me. I didn't know if you'd want to tear me apart. I wouldn't blame you.
I want to do all of those things. And others. Defili's actually going to take this moment. Like, Daxos has been speaking, and she knows that Jason has been there. But she hasn't actually acknowledged that there's been anyone else on the ship with her in that moment. And I think she's going to look around at that point, and then just look to her mother and say, the next full moon. Come see me then and we shall swim together.
Melodies?
Melodies.
I shall. I can't give you everything, but I can start to make up for some lost time.
And I can't absolve you of the guilt that you feel. But I can lessen it over time, should I deem fit.
As balanced as the sea itself. I know I deserve it.
Thank you for coming, Thetis.
Thank you. She does try to cup your cheek this time, if you let her.
She'll stiffen at first, and then relax into it slightly, and then she'll put her hand up to hold it there for a moment before taking it away in her own time.
In the time you let it there, she finishes her sentence and says, "Thank you for being as beautiful and wonderful and incredible as you are." And unless somebody stops her, she'll take a couple steps back before just turning around and swan diving off the boat.
The moment that she leaves, Dyson will kind of go up to Defili, but then also proximity kind of look at Daxos as well, knowing his story, and just kind of simply look. Not even. It's almost like not even looking at them, because it's like he almost doesn't want to make. He doesn't make it a bigger deal than it already is for them. So he's kind of just like looking out into the sea with them, so to speak, and just goes, "I think it's probably foolish to ask how the two of you are feeling."
With your insight, Jason, you see that Daxos certainly has his feelings, but he knows it is not about him, so he is just trying to stow it right now.
Yeah, I also think that like Jason will probably see that and give him like the shake of the head of just like not time and place. And the focus is a little bit more on Defili.
Yeah, no,
and
absolutely.
he'll probably even say that specifically in Sylvan.
You need to give the look. Daxos like isn't like his feelings are his feelings, like, but it's also like not important. So he's fine.
And he'll basically just say like, "How are you feeling?"
If she'd met me 4 years ago, I would have torn her limb from limb. She ought to have thanked you and your lot.
Becoming a parent can put things into perspective. When you have responsibilities for another person, you start to realize where your priority should lie with any repressed feelings that you feel are worth keeping. I think you handled yourself incredibly well, all things considered.
Thank you. But being a parent hasn't put anything into perspective. If anything, I've never felt closer to my mother as when I first held those children, and all they did was scream.
As you say that, the concept of screaming child, like, resonates with Jason, and he kind of goes, things will change in time, and there is a way in which we find it possible to not recreate the mistakes of our parents. As simply having gone through it, I know that your 2 boys, and however many more you have, they'll be loved in whichever way you best seem fit. And he'll kind of look to Daxos and go, and I have absolutely no doubt that you will dote on your daughter the way that most fathers do. But the two of you together have respectively gone through enough heartache and turmoil to wish to bestow that onto your children. And then he'll look to you, Defili, and say, you've already extended the olive branch to swim with her. That is a step to healing. But healing takes time.
Yes. You say that my children will be loved in the capacity that I see fit. Jason, what if I was loved in the capacity that she saw fit? I think at that, Defili's not even going to leave a chance for a response. She's just going to head back downstairs to bed.
Yeah, I think Jason probably won't say anything and continue to look outwards and ingest that last sentence and kind of look out.
Naxos doesn't go to bed. He gives you your space. Really. He'll just stay up there as well and... I said I'd do it different. That's what I'm trying to do. But she's got a point. I guess that is the point, isn't it? It's up to us to make seeing what we see fit be the right thing. Choose the right thing to be what we see fit. As opposed to just what is best for us. That didn't make sense. That's stupid. I don't fucking know.
It probably best you go rest too. This night turned into a much more intense night than in planned. Check on her in the morning, but let her rest now.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good night.
You all return to bed. Sleep comes, albeit difficultly. Except for Tobias. Slept through the whole thing.
The cuddle puddle has had the best sleep.
Yeah.
You should give them inspiration for how good their sleep was.
That feels unfair.
Kind of feel like it should be a thing now of like, would you like a cuddle puddle or do you want severe trauma?
Polly, every night after this, drama.
But it is a new day. Daylight comes and you all come out onto the deck. Defili, how are you doing this morning?
She is rough. Her hair is not bioluminescent in any way. It is just dark water. And her eyes are red and bloodshot from salt. And she probably is just like avoiding talking to a lot of people in the morning. Like if people are engaging with her, she just does like, you know, like a simple hand gesture of like, yes, no, off you trot.
Nexus will tentatively try to offer you a plate of breakfast. Could you take it?
Probably wouldn't eat.
Kneel. Set it down. Very well. But onwards you sail. Can I get somebody else to roll me a d20? Ree, why don't you roll us a d20?
Round up the trauma for us.
Come on, trauma, baby.
Those were eyes of trust.
Is that a 3?
3.
Woo.
Your mum comes back. Actually, I did want to mention one last thing.
It's another thing. Yeah.
No, the worst thing is like, I'm so sorry. I know we had that whole moment, but I think I forgot my keys up here. Like, sorry.
No, it's like, you know, like even worse, like
Ultimate
Ophelia was like
offense.
thinking of like her patron as like the most motherly figure she had. And then
Ooh, someone just no.
All right. Sorry, I don't miss something.
someone just
Baby, no. Baby.
It's just how Hannah said it. It was just like someone just no.
I'm pretty sure somebody said, "Hey, remember the devil? That's her." And like, she's my mother. I love her so much, and the most motherly figure I have. And you know what? I'm so happy for you, babe.
We support you. We support women.
Exactly. You know,
Women's wrongs. We're here.
wherever you are on that spectrum, we support you.
Okay. Sorry, just pulling up a couple things. Jason, if you're looking out,
Yes. Well,
Yep.
actually, I was actually going to say on this particular day, if nothing immediately happens, like if we're like a good couple of hours into it, Dyson would definitely want to take up the brothers on like the fighting, like the sparring thing.
Go for it.
But also with everything that happened last night, like so he'll go to the brothers first and kind of like set up and just be like, "Good morning. Hopefully you slept well. What say you to some simple sparring? Show me what you can do."
Yeah? This early?
It doesn't need to be now. We can set up later if you're not fuck. If you do not find yourself alert. And as he says alert, there's like a moment where he like tries to like jumpstart you to see if you're actually awake enough to like spar now or not.
Startledly, he'll just grab his cup like you're trying to take it from him.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah.
We're fine. We can fight now. We can fight you anytime. Hey, if the fates allow, you're just my brother.
He'll kind of look to the two of you to see if you're both down.
I'm always down for a bit of training. If brother, why don't you go first? Maybe we'll get you some breakfast, and then you can really show him what you're made of, huh?
It was all right. If that's
Jason,
fates
yeah.
want.
Yeah, Jason will nod and say, "Prep yourself. Give me one moment." And as the feelie does come up and like does her thing and everything, Jason will kind of come over to you, but he'll like what? So your weapon is a mace that you have on you, right?
It's a giant rock held together by string.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Tefili's weapon. Yeah, sorry, Tefili's weapon is a mace that she has on her.
Yeah, it's kind of a weapon. It's very ornamental, honestly. You'd probably see that she very rarely actually touches it other than just having it on her.
So like she doesn't have like any like active
Weapons?
weapons, so to
No.
speak. No. So I think Jason will.
They're guns.
The mace
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
but yes.
Yeah.
It can function as a mace.
Okay, in that case, that only changes it slightly. So he'll actually vocally speak to you as opposed to action speak to you. Because I mean, initially he was just going to give you like the mace and be like, "Do you want to spar?" But he'll come up to you and he'll just kind of gauge your vibe, and then he'll simply just say, "If you have any misplaced resentment or anger that you need to let out, I'm sparring with the two gentlemen. You are more than welcome to join us."
I think at that, like, she does, like, softly smile and then goes, I'm afraid my damage is far more permanent than sparring, so I will refrain, but thank you.
I've never loved another.
He nods in respect, and then goes back to the boys.
Cool. I'm going to say between Jason and Tobias, rather than all of the actions, roll contested athletics checks.
Yeah, perfect. Sweet.
Oh man, my dice
we
rolls are
live.
so bad.
Are you going to go into a rage? Because it will let me know if it's even
You can
worth
Sub
it.
10. I bet money.
Oh yeah, I will go into it. The drunken haze over his eyes clears,
Yeah.
and then he goes into
Oh yeah,
battle.
he's sober.
Hugely
real quick.
unexpectedly. You're like, oh, damn.
But that's what I was going to say. Because in terms of like Jason's fighting style and also gauging like his enemies too, if he sees you go into a rage or like knows you're about to get ragey, his primary focus is going to be more on like dodging, and it's very Morpheus and Neo, where he's like, stop trying to hit me and hit me kind of moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Contested athletics checks.
23.
The audacity of
Only
you.
21.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I will say this, Jason, you're prepared to go full Morpheus,
Yeah.
but at least initially, he actually catches you.
Yeah.
Like, he literally,
it's the part where he like goes up to his neck and then he grabs it and then he does the finger thing and it hits the neck.
Yeah. He literally flicks this rope and it like lashes around a small barrel. And all of a sudden, like, this barrel, which was full of grain, he's now, as if gravity itself, as if it was made like as light as a feather, it's now spinning around this thing. And you understand why it's called a hand trebuchet. He's like, and just flings this barrel at, like, and it just catches you in the chest. And then you both go at it. You take the O'Gordon's grasping and a full-on spear and launch it. And he just basically, it shatters and splinters against his Tobias's face, and he just smiles like a face full of splinters and just keeps going at you, and it's an epic clash. You go on for about 5 minutes in intense battle, before it's getting to a point where Jason, just through patience and experience, you're about to overpower him. And there's a moment where, like, none of you hear, like, all of you are watching this, so nobody hears the sounds. But you're all like, did it get dark all of a sudden? And you're like, you sort of like turn and you notice a
Darkness is treating.
colossal-sized crab that's, like, just floating next to the boat, and on its back is a group of sort of, like, reaving, marauding tritons, each drawing, like, swords made of, like, swordfish beaks and stuff like that. And this crab is the size of the ship.
Boo.
Go ball!
Obviously, we're busy.
I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Oh no.
Hey, we were just having a good fighting time.
Boo, we're busy. God.
Let me switch
Rude.
to battle mode. Oh, who am I missing?
I didn't even get the other brother involved. That's so rude of them. Like, Jason would
I
just look
just-
up and say,
Right?
involved
God.
after.
Inappropriate crab.
While we're setting up
Crab
initiative, do we
block.
mind if I quickly run to the bathroom?
go for it.
I'm gonna die. I drank so much water. I'm so hydrated.
Oh man,
Oh,
we have different
she's a
problems.
mermaid.
As a
Get it, queen. Okay, come on.
I just had to make fun of your
Come on,
10 below
Helera.
10 rolls.
What's the modifier you have,
You know
Helera?
what? Fuck you, Alex.
What's the thing? Actually, do you know what? Just what did you get, Helera? Because then I'll go to Lanny. I'll go to Lanny She and I'll see what she
No.
gets.
No!
You've been spending too much time with Morse, Alex.
It's just so fun to
Alex, why are you being such a
poke
brat?
to poke the sweet. Wow.
Okay, Patrick did disable his camera. Sorry.
Vera, you're
Wow.
upset it's not you? That's what that meant.
Wow.
I know what I am.
Calling me a brat, that's absolutely fine. I will note that down for every session to come. You dare.
Fuck. Alex remembers shit, Vera. We're in so much trouble. He won't forget this, he won't.
You dare call me a brat.
So if everyone
And his voice
what I
is so
said.
close to Stratty, I was like, he's doing this on purpose.
I said what I said.
If everyone could now navigate to the foundry.
Foundry.
Yep.
Oh, that's where we're playing.
You should be able to see the map revealed for all.
Oh my god, look at that.
Ooh, they got a big old honking set of crabs. Jesus.
Romeo, can you send me a link again, please? Thank
Oh
you.
yeah, sure. Oh, sorry.
That is
Just invitation links. I will pop
What's
that in.
what's amazing is that I know this water GIF because I've used the exact same one on a sailing one shot that we did over a couple of weeks. It's like the best
Yeah,
water GIF that you could
and
use for
it's free.
BTTs.
And I'm gonna put that in Video Ninja chat.
I already put it in.
Okay, thank you, Ila. Yeah, we are on a foundry now.
Yes, on my way.
Yeah,
Very
why is
important
Polina?
questions.
Polina's kind of hot.
Yes.
She is. Thank you, baby.
Are the Tritons hot?
Uh,
Asking.
some of them are like
D&D rules? Yes.
How much do I want to sleep with the enemy?
one in
Important.
particular is a
Getting laid in your enemy's
one in
grave.
particular is a slightly androgynous but clearly AMAB Nidaria Triton, which is jellyfish themed, and he has sort of like a bit of a what was a good example? Like a Bowie thing to him. David Bowie's like, I'm gonna kill you now. He's got like these like
A bit of a fucking
He
deed.
fucks.
He fucks wet.
God.
Yes, Alex.
Can't unhear that.
It's that TikTok. If it don't sound like this, I don't want it.
And even playing Sleep Token.
I don't get it.
I suppose I'm down a rage now. Oh no, I'm still raging. Never mind.
No, it will
You
still be
should
up.
still be
Yeah.
raging, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I
For-
can
for-
rage as
It's
long
almost
as-
like
Yeah,
the perfect time.
for thematic reasons, if a fight is about to come out, Jason will like give you like one like Hulk and Thor moment. He'll like punch you once to keep your rage going.
Respect.
I got that rage endurance. I can
Hi.
keep it up as long as I want.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Alright,
the rum
so
doesn't do anything to you.
what
Bless you.
Noted.
So I'm gonna need a second. Remove 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Let me just roll for the monsters.
I've got fireworks. I think that someone just won football.
I think Spain won, but could be wrong.
They can still
Ooh.
blow fireworks. They're sad fireworks.
Yeah,
Yep,
Spain
there's
won.
sad fireworks.
They explode with a womp womp.
It could just be fireworks in the sense that in the sense that the Brits were like, we're going to get fireworks, and then they've lost and they're like, we're going to use fireworks. Like,
We
hate
still
fireworks.
need to use those fireworks. Yep.
Crap baskets. Okay, we got 2. 1 second. Sorry about this.
We just got a full party of hot people. Good for us.
Yeah, we do. We're just sexy people on a boat. It's the love boat, baby. It's the cuddle boat.
Hey. I'm on a boat.
Okay,
motherfucker.
let me just key up. Oh, I almost
Being attacked
forgot
by
to roll.
cuttlefish.
Oh no, I've rolled for everybody. All
The
right.
West.
Oh, did I not?
By the way.
Oh
I
shit!
have
I'm
no
so
idea what-
sorry. Marie, let me just get you the token that I updated.
Thanks.
Yeah, sorry about that. Because I made this map like a week ago when I was designing the random encounters and totally
Can't
forgot to.
see anything. Am I in the right bit?
Well, I had
you
the
found
token
my
with your
modifiers
old
anymore.
visuals, and I just deleted that one, and I'm gonna give you your proper token. But because I deleted that, you don't own a token with vision on this map yet. But now you do. Oh shit! Did I
Yay.
configure the ownership of that one correctly?
Magical.
I did. Okay,
Oh
we're
boy.
good. Oh shit! Oracle Observer.
Can't see anything still.
That's.
It just came up on the thing.
You can move that now. Sorry, give me 1 second. I just got to give you a new one because the old one isn't have. Okay, so that one should be fine now. Oh, let me just do it a third time. I'm so sorry. Okay, can you see now? Let me just double check. Did I give you a token vision? I'm sorry about this. Configure. Oh no, not configure ownership. Prototype token vision. Oh, right. Hold on.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah, let there be light. Sorry. It's by default supposed to have. Everyone has vision enabled now.
Yes.
Cool. All right. In that case.
Oh, did we lose Hannah?
25 to
No, I'm here. Don't
20.
worry about it.
25.
I got 16
Get it,
plus
Hillary.
8, so I got 24.
24.
Oof, go mama.
Okay, 20.
As the high initiatives.
20. Oop, let me just actually add you to the initiative order. 24 for Defili.
Yeah.
Did I miss anybody
Take
else in that range?
Alex.
Sorry. What did you get? What did you get, Hilera?
I got a 25.
Okay, sweet. Give me 2 seconds here. I'm just going to go to my other character sheet.
Alex, put your dick away. Put your proverbial dick away.
Put the ruler down and tell us what you rolled for this character, baby, okay?
Listen, everyone rolled higher than
We know it's
Doxos.
big.
Everyone rolled higher than Doxos, so you're equal in that. 20 to 15.
19.
I got a 15.
Cool.
Jordan! Somebody clip that.
19
Listen, I
on
gotta-
Jason, 15 on Tobias,
I got a 15 with advantage because I rolled 2 14s.
and 17 for Adrastos.
Yes.
Hannah, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 7.
You still rolled higher than Doxos.
Oh shit!
He rolled a 6. Natural 4 plus 2, he is not.
I got a natural 4 plus 3.
Yep. Okay, top of the initiative order. Let me just set this to... Alright, this works. Hilira, it's your turn.
Okay. Okay. So I just saw my new friend Rage, which I would probably recognize as something Buckios does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that means he has to be very close to things. And we are very far up. Can I see the Triton on top of the crab?
Yes, you can. He's sort of he's the leader of the pack, and he seems to be sort of commanding the waves. Some sort of water mage.
Awesome. I don't know if this is gonna help you in any way, but I'm gonna. Where are you?
I'll say as well, you notice something. He has this ivory crown around his head, and he seems to have these spectral bones manifesting around him, creating like an armor.
Ooh, that's hot. I'm just gonna turn to the barbarian and go, "Hey, do you want to be on top of the crab?" Okay.
Aye.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna use Channel Divinity Safe Passage to teleport our barbarian right next to the guy.
Perfect. There's like a... You're like, what the fuck? You're like, within arm's reach. And the Eternal's like, impetuous worm, get off my beast.
I don't know what that means.
And then
I'm too drunk to understand you.
And for my bonus section, I'm just gonna put out my shield, and it's gonna do a smiley face. And that's
Perfect.
my turn.
Oh yeah, I forgot your shield could
Chaos
do
reigns.
that.
Emo
Defili,
shield,
it is
that's
your turn.
Amazing.
So as her bonus action, she kind of like grins, and you see her tattoos begin to like spread and curl upwards, the tentacles kind of going into her mouth and eyes as they darken. And when they then spread underneath her hair, you see these tentacles begin to sprout from her back and then form these almost like houndish tentacle-like faces, like of these almost like sea dogs at the end of these tentacles that sprout from her back and around her. As she uses her Pact of the Boon, and her appearance reflects that of her patron. Her teeth sharpen and her fingers become webbed and pointed as her eyes darken to like an entirely like a black, inky black, and her skin kind of turns like this sort of greenish blue. And she then basically points a finger up at the crab and casts elemental chains, and she's going to do elemental chains. Now I know the crab is gargantuan. If I spend all 5, because I know I can choose 5 creatures to be chained by that. If I just spend all 5 for that one, would that count?
I'll allow it.
Perfect. So
the Master of Waves is going to try counterspell you.
Okay, cool. I'll counterspell him if he wants to.
Okay, so you don't even have time. He basically goes to snap his fingers and nothing happens.
Yes.
And you didn't hear anything. But then you remember, there's someone amongst you who can choose to ignore verbal, somatic, and material components on a spell, making his counterspells uncounterable. And you just hear Daxel say,
Your husband's hot. Good for him. Okay, baby.
So yeah,
We
that
got daddy
counterspell
energy
fails.
over here.
That does close the
Perfect.
reaction to allow elemental change to go through, and so all on the crab.
Well, on the crab, these like the water basically forms up and around him, and then hardens around it.
Remind me, is there a saving throw involved typically?
Yeah, it needs
And
to
is
make
there
a
a size
dexterity saving.
restriction on the spell innately, regardless of what we're doing now?
What I'm thinking, I was actually just reading that there. Choose one of the damage types. So it's going to be cold damage. Each target on a first. Nope, there's no size.
Okay, cool. If there's no size limit, you feel free to use one of, like, the effect still goes through regardless of size, so feel free to use the other chains on. And if you want to just use them all on the crab for flavor, like, because it sounds cool, go right ahead, but if you wanted to spread the love, it's you.
I think, like, yeah, if I lap them over the back of it, the flavoring still works because it can still chain down the ones that are on top.
100%.
Yeah, so I'll go for the Triton Master and
Okay.
3 others.
These... And they begin to, like, freeze. What is the save?
Is a dexterity saving throw, and the dex save is 22.
Yeah. I'm going to use my copy of the Defili dice for this.
Yay!
Dexterity, yeah? Oh, God.
Uh-huh.
The crab in his big old butt is in trouble. Okay, not worse. Not like, okay. Oh, that's awful. Natural 20, which still fails.
Oh, does it actually?
So it is no modifier, and saving throws don't automatically succeed, rules as written.
Nope.
Oh,
Perfect.
Noted.
Which, keep that in mind, that cuts both ways. For future reference.
that's dastardly of you, but okay, noted.
The Master of Waves as well. Oh, fuck. No. You have 3 more?
Yeah, you can just choose the other 3.
Okay.
Okay.
The others are Triton Shore Stalkers. I don't think they're capable of succeeding. Hey, one of them succeeds.
Oh, good.
So one of them just manages, just because everybody else gets fucked up, the chains are too busy, one of them just about escapes it, but the rest of them, they're just...
Okay, perfect.
I'm just gonna mark them with... Oh, sorry, the crab does not go invisible. Alright, let me just find an appropriate... Oh, fuck's sake. I made this crab's hitbox too small. Is it restrained, right?
It's restrained now. So on a failed saving throw, the target is restrained for the duration. At the end of each of my turns, as the spell ends, before the spell ends, I can choose to pull any number of creatures restrained by this spell up to 20 feet closer to me.
Perfect. Is there a restraint?
So
I'm gonna just because I don't know where restrained. I'm just gonna use paralyzed, but we'll just remember that it's not paralyzed.
Restraints in the conditions.
Oh, is it?
So restrained creatures become it becomes 0
on Foundry just to mark them as like so. I remember
Oh,
I can't
right,
find the restrained one, so I'm going to just use paralyzed to mark them just
Bet.
from my own memory.
Bet.
Sorry, that was.
Okay, and then I'll roll 68 damage.
Sorry, really quickly, the restrained condition is the web.
Oh, thank you.
Ooh.
Let me just roll that so it's gonna be easier.
I was so busy looking for a rope.
Okay. So it's do I get to add damage with my packed skin?
It doesn't add damage.
Okay, no, it doesn't add damage. No, just gives
points.
Yeah, so basically, I'd get if I were damaged, I'd get 35 hit points for that. But yeah, they take 35 cold damage. Each
Okay, 1 second.
Okay, restrained by that one.
The two shore stalkers and you just at the same time you flick your fingers and snap 2 of their necks, and they just fall, slide off the crab, and into the water. The Master of Waves is 35. I'll make a note of that. And the crab also. Let me just double check. It's not. I'm so sorry. You don't do as much damage as you envisioned, as you expected to the Master of Waves.
Okay, perfect.
What's half of 35? Was 17?
Yes.
Thank you. To keep track of. Let me just double check if the crab has any resistances. I don't think so, but actually, yeah, you don't do as much damage as you expected to the crab either.
No worries. There you go. They're restrained. At the end of my turn, because I'm ending it now, the only one that I'm going to pull 20 feet closer is I'm going to pull the Wave Master 20 feet closer because I want to see if he falls off the fucking crab.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. Let me just double check the movement speeds of a Wave Master. He just falls into the water.
Still restrained, but
yeah,
good. Great. Okay. Fantastic. That's the end of my turn.
Cool. Next up, it is his turn. And he's just going to... restrained, you can still perform somatic components, or...
You can. Because I think it's paralyzed, I think you can't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or...
Yeah, restrained, you can do somatic components.
Okay, cool.
Nothing.
He puts his hand out and... These icy winds blast out in the direction of the boat. Let me just...
I'll counterspell it.
Okay. What level are you doing? What level does it cast at?
It casts at 5th level.
Meets it, beats it. Nothing. He'll try to counterspell your counterspell.
Okay.
Rude.
Daxos doesn't have a reaction, I'm afraid.
Very.
No worries.
So he's gonna make an ability check. Natural 20. So sorry, your counterspell is counterspelled. I need... What is Cone of Cold? That is a 60-foot cone. Originating from him. So he'll... Yeah. So Paulina, Drastos, Daxos, and Defili all must make Constitution saving throws.
Okay. the three of you within 10 feet of me have +5.
So just Doxus, who's actually in the ray of the cone.
I think you also have +5 as well. As paladin, I think that counts to you as well. So yes, add 5 to yourself.
Okay,
I got.
I've had so many friends. who've been like, "You get 5," and I'm like, "You also get 5." It's a nice thing. It's a nice thing that paladins do. So they have it for themselves also.
Jesus Christ, I forgot he's proficient in con saves. That's a 26 from Dox, so that definitely succeeds. Defili?
No, I rolled a 4 plus 1 plus 5, so 10.
Fails. I'm sorry to say. Paulina.
Okay.
A natural 1.
Okay. Oof. Everybody who fails takes. Just double check.
Because I rolled a natural 1? Or are you just saying this now?
Sorry.
Please don't punish everyone because my luck is terrible.
No. Everybody who failed that save takes 30 points of cold damage.
What?
Adrastos, what'd you roll?
18.
He succeeds. You take 15.
I would like to intercept.
I don't know that you can intercept a AoE. It's an attack roll, isn't it?
I think it has to be an attack.
It says an attack, or okay, yeah, so it's an attack only. All right, never mind.
Sorry. That will be the Master of Waves' turn. Does he have any bonus actions he can do? Oh, he cast a spell. I don't think so, but he has to triple check. No, he does not. It is Joyce and it is your turn.
Okay, been a hot damn minute since I've looked at this sheet, so I am going to... so, guys in the water, is he still 10 feet plus, or is he level?
No, he is level.
Okay, so he's level, sweet.
Let me just fix that, thank you for reminding me.
No, that's no problem. And then the guys who are on the crab, a sentence you can only say in D&D, are they, they're currently 50 feet away from me now. Are they 50 feet and 10 feet up, so 60 feet total? Is that how you run it?
They're not high up enough that, like, if they were, like, much higher up, then yes, that would factor towards the horizontal distance. But because they're only 10 feet up, it still counts as 50 feet.
Okay, fantastic. Thanks for that clarity. So, I'm hoping that they do not have a super high AC. I'm going to create a spear with the Oak Warden's Grasp and throw it to this first group of 3. I will be throwing it at disadvantage because of the distance, but I'm hoping that it's still going to do because I've still got a really good high hit rate.
Go for it.
So first is... fuck your mom! Okay. All right. So to hit
D20,
it's a pretty big dice.
I'm gonna commission a D20 that says that on the one.
Just fuck your mom.
So funny.
Well, it says fuck your one.
Like.
So that is going to be a 14 to hit, which I'll be very surprised if it does.
For hits.
Sweet, they're grunts. That's a good thing for me.
Fantastic.
Right, so...
Yeah, I put 12 of them.
That, so,
I'm not gonna, make them, like...
yeah.
Nice.
I was, like, my DM brain was like, it's either 10 or 15. It's, like, between those two. So...
All archmages, actually. They all have...
yeah. They're all archmages. So, okay, so that first one... Right, so the first one will take the damage first. So he takes 7 points of piercing damage. I'm going to do, just so you know which one. It's this one here. Never mind, I can't do that. There we go. So the first one there. Then the others and him need to make a dexterity saving throw for me, DC 16.
First one rolled a nat 20. Second one rolled a 15.
Fails.
That was natural 15 plus 3, 18. The last one rolled a 13.
Okay,
I gotta roll the Defili dice more often. This is like fucking great.
So as the spear is created, thrown, and hits the first one, it kind of like pierces through ever so slightly, and then on the end of it, it like spreads out into further
Splinters.
spikes. And he will take. So the one that failed will take a whopping 5 points of piercing damage.
Copy.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to forego one of my attacks, and I'm going to call out to Tobias on top and go, show them what your strength can do. And I'm going to use Commander Strike, so you can use your reaction to make an attack, and you add a D8, which is nice, 6. So you add 6 to the damage of whatever you roll if you hit.
Am I close enough to actually swing at anybody?
Where'd you go?
I'm up here.
Oh shit. Can you click on your token and where there's a 0, put that to 10? There we go. Oh no, if you set your elevation to 10, then I can see you too, because right now I can't.
Obviously under the crab for you.
Yeah. Okay, cool, that's fine. What is the range on your flail? It's just a flail, right? No, you're not within range of anybody. I mean...
If I reckless, I get a +5 to my range.
You can... Oh, right, yes,
Ooh.
because you are a Path of Revelry barbarian. Yes, if you can can use reckless on this, I'll allow it. Technically it's not your turn, but I'm going to allow it because it's cool. You can make a reckless attack.
Yes.
Okay, I'm super excited about this. So I roll. Reckless gives me advantage.
Yes, it does.
So that is a 29 to hit.
That definitely...
Yes.
Fantastic. And that's 2d8. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10 plus 16 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Is that rage damage included?
Rage damage included. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
It's going to be +4 for your rage damage, I think, at level 16.
Fantastic.
So 20 total.
Okay. In a move reminiscent of Omni-Man and that fish dude in the first episode, just Gallagher this guy's head, and he dies.
Fantastic.
You see Jason, like, with his commander strike, see you do this, and just big, like, proud dad smile across his face.
So I think at this point I'm still got a keg attached to my string instead of a large boulder.
Yeah.
So I just beat this thing to death with a keg.
Respect.
Beautiful. That's my turn.
Okay. So the crab is going to... It is the crab's turn. He is going to make 2 claw attacks against you, Jason, and a stinger attack trying to do that against you, Tobias. So, Jason... okay, so the first one might miss. That is a 17.
Miss.
The second one is a 29. You take...
That hits.
14
Can I
points of
intercept?
bludgeon damage, and I need you to make... Oh, sorry, and you are grappled as it grabs you. You just feel the claws dig in.
Boo.
Can I intercept that?
Yeah, you can reduce the damage.
Okay, cool.
Okay, whilst you're doing that, it's going to make a stinger attack against you, Tobias. 17 to
With
hit again?
disadvantage.
No, at advantage.
No, disadvantage. Which means it cancels out. Because
Okay,
I
so it was a straight-
teleported him.
So it was a straight roll, which I
Oh,
rolled
you
a se-
did.
So I rolled a 7 on my first roll, and that's the only roll I've rolled. I haven't rolled twice.
Is this the big crab creature?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
Want
has
me to roll?
disadvantages restrained.
but it has advantage because of reckless. They don't stack.
It
Correct.
has double disadvantage.
Yeah, no, it
No, but then it just then it just cancels. It just rolls
just
normal.
rules
then.
as written.
Oh, okay.
It's not
Yeah.
like a tally system.
No, it just rolls.
Yeah.
I would like this to be in game that everyone, including Defili, goes, wait, hold up. Who's doing what?
What do you want me to roll?
That feels
17
right.
hit, sorry, Tobias.
A 17 to hit. I got a 16 AC. So.
Okay, you take 19 points of piercing damage, halved to 9, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, I have a question. Because
Mm-hmm.
Tobias is from my spell also resistant, so would that then be double halved or not? He has double resistance.
I'll need to look into it, but I'm going to say yes for this time.
Okay, so you can have that again.
Ooh,
Have that
sexy
again.
of y'all.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Resistance, I believe, does stack on particular things.
So that's
Okay.
4,
Yeah, I think
5
I did
damage?
it once with Buckios
Okay,
and we stacked
so yeah.
it as well.
So yeah, 4 damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
That is a 22 on the Constitution saving throw.
Beautiful,
Nice.
succeeds. You are not poisoned and paralyzed.
Fantastic.
Oh,
Did interception work?
I like not being both of those things.
-8 on the interception, so take
Minus
8 off
to
the damage.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
yeah. End of the crab's turn. It is this group of. Oh, fuck! I'm not gonna move. Shit.
Sorry, really quickly. Confirm Jason grappled by crab.
Yes, Jason is grappled by crab.
confirmed.
Sweet.
So these ones are gonna jump to here, and they're going to basically take a poison spine, and they're gonna throw 3 poison spines: one at Jason, one at Hilira, and one at Adrastos. Jason and Hilira, that's so one was a natural 20, the other was a 7. Hilira's a natural 20 hit. Sorry, yeah, Hilira's a natural 20 hit.
Yeah.
Okay,
my AC is
and
20.
Adrastos 14 to hit.
No.
Okay, so Hilira, you take 6 points of piercing damage and
Can I intercept that?
27 points of poison damage. Yes.
Sweet. So let me roll it's just everyone's counter spelling and fucking reactions.
I am conscious of time as well, rest assured. We're not gonna drag on infinitely longer.
I won't lie, I am dying.
Okay, yeah, no. I mean, I can make this pretty quick if needs be.
I mean, even
don't love that.
if you guys want to keep going and you just take control of my character sheet, that's so good.
No, that's
I've
fair
just been
enough.
crashing for like the last 40 minutes.
No, that's fair. If you give us a very brief amount of time, I will wrap this up.
Interception for 8.
Okay.
Thank you.
Drastos, it is your turn.
Awesome. I'm going to 3rd level shatter on these 3. Does that like hit the crab as well?
Yeah, I'll allow it. Let me just roll some
Okay.
saves.
So-
Nope, they all fail.
Yeah, DC 18.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool, let me roll that damage. So 3rd level. It doesn't roll the dice for you on D&D Beyond? Damn, that's crazy.
No, not automatically.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 19 thunder
You
damage.
just explode all 3 of them in a thunderous, cacophonous wave.
Fantastic.
Awesome. And then I'm going to shout across the water at my brother and say, keep going! I've got your back even from over here! And I'll give you a bardic inspiration.
Oh, great.
So it does it has a little extra effect if you do use it. So
Okay.
Okay.
we'll try to remember that.
Tobias,
Is
it
it a
is
D6 or
your
a
turn.
D8?
D8.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, Daxos shouts to you, Tobias as well. Aim for the crab.
Noted. Oh, it's my turn. My bad.
Yeah.
All right. Aim for the crab, you say. So
Yeah.
I'm going to do as instructed and aim for the crab. So I take my flask.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So I'm going to take my walloping flail and my keg and smash it down on the top of the head of the crab that I'm sitting on. I've already done Reckless once before. Can I do Reckless again? Because I did it as a reaction because it was cool, but it's up to you.
Yeah, no, you can do it again. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I'll do Reckless. Not super great. So that's a 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Oh, great. That's 2d8. Does Bardic Inspiration go towards damage?
No. Are you a Valor?
You haven't used it yet. So
Okay.
if you do use it on an attack roll, it may affect damage. So if you use it on the next one, it might.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So
Save it if you need it.
13 plus 6 plus 4.
Yeah, just and I not to at the risk of being annoying, just because I'm conscious of the evening and I wouldn't want, like people like I don't want people to feel like they have to like tap out. I wasn't like not tap out early, but like we know this fight's gonna go, so I'm gonna say that basically. Tobias, between you just wailing on this thing and you all, like Daxos comes up to you, Jason grabs you on the back and your like spears start erupting in lava, and you all needed this, and you're able to dispatch these Triton pirates easy enough. And hitting something, if nothing else, made everyone feel a little better. And that is where we'll end tonight's session. Rhea, I'm so sorry. I was.
Guys look good.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you.
So good.
Cool. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. We really appreciate it. This was wonderful. In the interest of getting her much needed rest, would you like to tell these fine folks one more time where they can find you, and then you feel free to. But again, I greatly appreciate it. I did not realize how long this ran. I'm sorry.
You're so good. It happens. I'm Ree or Relentless. You can find me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also see me over on Dungeons and Demigods, another Greek, this time Percy Jackson inspired campaign, which is over now on YouTube, over on Madaloon's channel. But you can check out my link tree in any of my bios, and it'll take you there. You can play with me on Start Playing when I upload some new campaigns. And you will also be able to keep an eye out on the Goose Girl, Madeleine, who is DMing a Vampire the Masquerade game that I guessed in called Fresno by Night, I think. It's going to be a lot of fun.
What by night?
Nice.
Fresno.
That sounds so fun.
But yes.
I totally want to run a Grimsby by night just for. Honestly,
checks. It checks. Literally, just take the worst place you know and do that by night and do a vampire.
That's hysterically funny. Yeah.
You can also see me over on Tales of Novum as well, Heroes Bastion. If you'd like to support Heroes Bastion, we've recently been nominated for a Web Award by the New Jersey Web.
Woo!
Well
Yeah. I didn't know about it until they put it in the group chat and went, "Hey, we did this," and I was like, "Nice."
Good for you guys. Incredible.
Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And I will see you guys later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
And I'm so sorry. I know we totally lost our view. I was just I wouldn't have felt right if we ended and didn't give Rhea a chance to shout herself out and stuff like that. But I promise you'll get to hit plenty of stuff next session.
I am not worried about when I get to hit stuff. I know that is coming.
I was just if Daxos had rolled a little higher, I could have just had him cast Firestorm to speed it up, but he was right at the bottom. Okay, but
me and Daxos twiddling our thumbs this whole fight. It's okay.
Devili's just going off, and he's like, "Don't bother. She needs this. She's fine."
I support my wife. I fully support my wife, and I think she's doing great.
You're doing a great job, sweetie.
Hannah, would you like to tell these folks where they can find you?
Yes, you guys can find me. I am Raging Bay Bright on Instagram and TikTok. And you can find me pretty much here on DC30. And if I am not being Paulina, we might be getting back into Candela Obscura pretty soon. Who knows when that's going to happen, but this is where you can find me.
Wonderful.
Wonderful?
Yes. Wonderful. Wondersome. We love it.
Yeah. Virla, take it away.
Hi, I'm Verla, and I play D&D sometimes. If you're like, hey, this is pretty fun, I want to see other characters with some of these lovely people, check out our campaign 2 or campaign 1. They're pretty fun. They're on our YouTube, which I don't know. That's Romeo's thing. I don't know what that is.
Romeo will tell you what the YouTube is.
Should I have Googled it? Maybe, but I'm unprepared. Also, you can find me on Instagram, Splintered.Louise, with an E at the end, and that's me.
Alex, you're right ahead.
You can find me on the Clock app at DndUnleashed, where I do some voiceover stuff for cartoons and shows. I'm going to also be doing a little not group stuff. I'm going to be doing a little thing of D&D villain monologues because I just like villains and I like the way they sound.
He's very good at them.
Thank you. And also, I'm planning something else, so watch this space because I might announce it at the end of this little thing that I'm working on, which I'm very excited for if it goes well. But that's where you can find me. And then also, obviously, as Lanira, the very opposite of Dyson, in Campaign 2.
Wonderful. Patrick, welcome to the family. Would you like to tell these fine folks about yourself?
Absolutely. My name is Patrick. I am a music producer from Ireland, living in the UK. That's how I got to know this lovely bloke over here, Romeo, who so graciously kind of asked me to be on this. And yeah, I make music. You can find me on Instagram at patrick.odo. Yeah, check it out.
Wonderful. And last but certainly not least, Jordan, bring us out.
Yeah, you can find me at Jordan_Bierman if you feel like it. But I'm also on the Hannah's other channel, show, not channel.
If only I were technologically savvy, but no.
Savvy. You'll get there.
We'll see.
Yeah, I basically do this.
Wonderful. And as always, you can, if you want to see my cosplay content, you can check me out at Electrum_cosplay on Instagram. And you can find all the show's socials at DC30official on all platforms. Website's still under construction, going to be working on some stuff soon. And as always, if you like this content and you want to see more of this sort of thing, tips and tricks on how to flavor your campaign for an ancient Greek setting, access to visuals where I post stuff I make, including potentially this crab or stuff like that. Although I use Midjourney for that crab, so I don't necessarily know if I feel comfortable sharing that or ethics of it. There was surprisingly few high-resolution crabs on the internet, pictures of them.
Who would have thought? Only a D&D thing that you can complain about, but we're here.
Point is, if you like all that and more, join our Discord where you can get all of that. Link is in the chat. I don't have the spoons to find someone to raid, so we're just going to sign off. But thank you, everyone. It has been a pleasure. This has been Splintered Prophecies, and this is probably going to be a monthly thing. We'll have to all coordinate with each other when is the next time we do Splintered Prophecies. But next week we'll resume the main campaign, and we'll take it from there. Have a wonderful evening.